Now scream queen with a million smiles. Catching all the love from around the world. Whoa. Hey Shelly, won't you shine your light? Shine your light in the darkest times. You make it bright, bright. Live stream dreams, we're all by your side, by your side. Keep on doing what you do, girl. You're one of a kind, one of a kind. Shelly, Shelly, you're our live stream star. Keep rocking your show, no matter where you are.
Hey, 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 Shelly from the block. Jersey girl with a mouth that won't stop, no, no. Sassy, and I'm not afraid to show it. Gonna spill the tea, you better be ready for it. I speak my mind, no filter inside. Shelly's in the house, talking trash and truth. Trash and truth. No sugar-coated grooves. Never heat, then get out the way. Jersey girl with something to say. Shelly's in the house, time to break the rules. From coast to the city, I'm the queen of cool. You can handle the heat, then take the high. Shelly's in the house, drop the mic.
Hey, Shelly in the house tonight. Living it up, feeling so right. Yeah. New Jersey girl, she's got that style. Live stream queen with a million smiles. And she know the love from around the world. Hey Shelly, won't you shine your light? It's time to make it right. Live stream queens with a wayside. You're one of a kind. Shelly, Shelly, you're a live stream star. Keep rocking the show no matter where you are. Yeah.
Hey, hey, happy Tuesday, everybody. This is Shelly, your mouthy mama at Talking Trash and Truths. This is Coffee and Chaos with T3. That's me. It is 12:03 p.m. coming to you from South Central Pennsylvania on this beautiful, sunny, snowy, cold, warm, windy, rainy day. And because, yes, we've had it all. So right now the sun is out, but I'm sure it'll snow again because I woke up to snow and it just keeps sporadically snowing. Nothing's sticking, but it's messing with all the trees that got planted and everything else. But such is living on a mountain. You get every kind of weather all in one day. It is April 8th, 2025. Again, it is Tuesday. Happy Taco Tuesday. I hope you all are planning your meals. And today we will be doing a chill stream dealing with PTSD and panic attacks because there's a lot to talk about, and I don't know, a lot of it confuses me sometimes. Like some unexpected things happen with PTSD over the weekend, and I'm having a hard time coming to grips with it. So we're going to talk it out like we always do. I see my alpha mod is in the house. Wolfram, how you doing? He wipes his paws, lopes in. No, he lopes. What does he do? Wipes his paws, lopes in, and or whatever. Here, he does this. Because if I'm not reading it, where is it? Where's the damn thing? Wipes his paws, lopes in, and howls. There you go. Whatever. It's still early for me. My brain isn't quite online yet. So how you doing, Wolfram? We got 3:57. Are you still in the house, 3:57, or did you leave? He said, I'm early. I need it. Well, if you need it, come back and talk about it. Because that's what we're here for. It's good to see you, though, honey. Snipperoony is here. Good day, Shelly. Good day to you too, Snipperoony. We got the A team in here. I hate that it won't show me what it is in Streamer. This is person turquoise waving speech, person turquoise waving. Now I gotta see what that is. I gotta see what it is. Oh, there we go. All right, so it is a person. It's a turquoise person. It's waving. Hi. How you doing, A team? Good to see you here. Good to see you here. The descriptions they give stickers and emojis that don't exist in StreamYard is ridiculous. Like there's no rhyme or reason to it. And there's no reason why it can't show it. It shows me other emojis, but like certain things, it's like, nope, nope, just guess. Well, from and whatever. I mean, that's pretty much gonna be the stream. It's gonna be a whatever kind of stream. I didn't want I wasn't sure that I was gonna do a show today because I was really sick yesterday. I caught a cold and I caught a stomach bug. And the two of them together wiped me out for the day. But I was like, I got up and I felt better. I'm still nasally because I'm all stuffy. And if I laugh, I'm gonna cough like, like I have tuberculosis. Knock wood. Toot toot. That's not a challenge, universe. Just saying. Um, yeah, I was like, do I do it or I was like, I probably shouldn't do it because I sound like crap. But then I was like, if I don't do it, I'm gonna feel guilty. Damn Catholic upbringing. So I was like, would I rather deal with the shitty show or the guilt from not doing the shitty show? I'll do it the shitty show. That's fine. So here I am, you lucky people. Hey, Mouse, how are you? Oh, it's good to see you here. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Hope everything's going good over on your end. I usually only see you, I think, what is it, at Gutters? I usually see you. So, how are you? I hope you're doing well. I hope everybody's doing well. It's been a bit of a stressful time. Snipperini said you're nasally because you're from Jersey. Listen, you. All right? Bafangle. Jersey doesn't make you nasal. Jersey makes you an asshole. There's a difference. So that I can't avoid. But I do try to temper it down a little bit. But yeah, no, the nasal part, that would be Brooklyn. Okay, Brooklyn people, they talk like this, and Long Island people. I'm from Long Island. I'm from Staten Island. I'm from one of the boroughs. Like, they all talk through their nose. My nose is just stuffed, so I just sound nasally. But no, Jersey, no, we're deep throated. Thank you very much. You can take that one to the bank. But no, to go over like what's been going on, it's been bad. Something happened on Friday and there was a big blow up and people around here are looking for perfection. They want things to go their way. Like they have plans in their head that they suddenly dream up and suddenly everybody else has to fall into step. And that's not the way I live my life. I don't live my life following other people's plans for me. I don't like being given orders. And I don't like criticism for just the sake of criticism. And that's all I've been getting. And it's been a constant up and down and unpredictable environment. And while I can deal with conflict, I don't love it. I really don't like it. I do everything I can to avoid conflict. But when somebody insists on being oppositional or being critical or threatening or just having this weird power dynamic that they want going on, it gets really impossible to live in. And I thought, I'm a fighter. I'm fine. I'll be fine. Whatever. I'll just do what I do. And then I started having panic attacks again. I haven't had panic attacks in a long time. And I haven't had frequent panic attacks in over 3 years. And now, like, my phone, if I get a text, I feel the anxiety rises up so much that my chest gets tight and I can't breathe. And it's sometimes it's just Ring camera going off. But now, like, my PTSD from when Connor was in school, when they used to come to me and constantly criticize every little thing he did, normal kid shit. For some reason, because it was my kid, it was a big deal because I was there to bitch at. And that's where I'm back to that. And I didn't realize that I still had that PTSD trigger. I thought, well, he was removed from that environment, everything changed. It went away. Stupid me thought, okay, it went away. It doesn't bother me anymore. It's not something I ever need to worry about again. It's back because I have spent the entire last 4 days, which have felt like a year to me, um, in a panic, in a constant state of it's not even hypervigilance. It's higher than that. It's, oh my God, he opened the door. Oh my God, I got to stop him. Oh my God, he laughed. Oh my God, I got to stop him. Oh my God, he made a noise. I got to stop him. You know, oh my God, like there's one crumb on the floor. I gotta sweep and mop the whole floor. I I've been so hypervigilant. I can't eat. I don't think I had a stomach flu yesterday. To be quite honest, I think it was my nerves. Just my body couldn't take it. And I think I have a cold because my body couldn't take it. I am literally run down to nothing. I don't even have vapors left in the tank. And I can't live like this. Nobody should have to live in a constant state of fear, in a constant state of panic and anxiety, walking on eggshells because no matter what you do, something is going to cause a blow up. Something stupid too. And when you live with people who do this to you, they always turn around and then everything is, oh no, I was just talking. I was just venting. Oh, families fight. No, no, no. My family don't fight. I raised my kids in a very, like, go with the flow house because I hated being micromanaged as a kid. I hated being criticized constantly as a kid. Are we a little freewheeling? Yes. Are our bedtimes or whatever, our sleep schedules fucked up? Yes. Are our meal times fucked up? Yes. According to everybody else's design. This is how I run my family. I don't want to have to get up at 6 in the morning and be in bed by 10. Like that's not, first of all, that's not my rhythm. I don't do well with that schedule. Second of all, why do I have to live my life according to anybody else's design? I have lived almost, well, more than half a century. I hate that I say that. But it gives credence to what I'm saying. Like I should be able to just make my own decisions and nobody but their nose in or having a fucking opinion about it. But it's not even just an opinion now. It's threats and it's this and it's that. And I can't live like that. I can't. And I won't let my son live like that. It don't affect Katie. She don't give a shit. But that's the wonderful thing about having no short-term memory is she don't remember nothing. You could have a whole fight and 5 minutes later she's like, "Pa, pa, 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 pa," and I'm like, "Oh God, to have that kind of ability." Whereas I have nothing but intrusive thoughts that won't let shit go. Because now I'm just waiting, for the other shoe to drop. And I went through a whole marriage like that. I went through an unpredictable environment, married to a man who would wake me up by punching me in the face. He would wake me up to cook him a meal at 2 o'clock in the morning. No matter what he did, it was okay. But if I spent, like a penny, it was, oh my God, you waste money. You're so frivolous. Blah, blah, blah. Bitch, I'm the only one that works. Like, you don't get to tell me how to spend my money. I pay all the bills up in this bitch. Like, but it was always a fight. And the fact that he was an alcoholic wasn't helping matters because he was so unpredictable. Oh, he's drinking whiskey. Oh, crap. Oh, he's drinking rum. Shit. Oh, he's drinking beer. Oh, it's going to be a good night. Tonight's going to be a singing night because it was never like uneventful. If he drank beer, then I knew I was up till 6 in the morning singing whatever freaking song he put on the damn computer because he'd sit there and go sing because he would make me sing for him. And because I sing for you guys just because I enjoy it. But he used to do it like a, come on, jump through the hoop. Come on, I need you to perform. Dance, monkey, God damn it. And it was a thing. And I mean, he was, yeah, that sounded good. Oh, this one, you sounded like crap with this one. So it was just like, whatever. But I mean, after a while, I learned to like let his comments like roll right off my back because he was a piece of shit. So I mean, I knew I married a piece of shit. So I was like, meh. But that was really hard for me to get through. I went through um, a lot of episodes where unaliving seemed to be my only option. And I tried it a couple times when I was married because it was that bad because I was so isolated from everybody. I had no family. I had, my friends didn't get it. They were all in like 30-year marriages and shit. And here I am married to this gabatos that, dead fish have more personality than he had. And no, don't ask me why I married him. I don't know. Just to be married, I guess, because I thought I was running out of time at 25 because I was so old. Whatever. But yeah, I lived with that for the longest time. And then the thing with Connor, that added to the unpredictability and the constant criticizing and coming to me, and everything gets put on me. Other people's jobs always got put on me. And it's just happening all over again. And I woke up today like without pain in my chest, but like just talking about it is giving me like tightness in my chest. So I know like there's a panic attack in there just waiting to come out. And I'm just like, no, go back to sleep. Not me, the panic attack. I didn't realize that something like PTSD could lay dormant for years and then just wake right back up. And when it wakes up, you now have the memory of how it was. So you have additional stressors that go with it. So your body reacts even more. I have never been this on alert in my entire life. And it's very stressful and it's very draining and I'm exhausted. So I figured I'd come here and I'd talk to you guys because I know a lot of you deal with depression, you deal with PTSD, you deal with c-ptsd. I have both, unfortunately. And you deal with panic and anxiety and just a general sense of I'm just not doing good enough. Like I can't take the criticism or there's always going to be criticism. So I wanted to come here and tell you, you guys, you're not going through it by yourselves. This is not a reflection of you. Just like I know this is not a reflection on me because I've worked damn hard over the last 2 years to get my mind in a better place, to find peace, and to learn to deal with my emotions in a logical, non-reactive way. And as much work as I've done, I got punted right back to where I started. That's what it feels like. It's not true, but that's what it feels like. It feels like all my work has been for nothing, which is bullshit because if it was for nothing, I wouldn't be here talking to you guys. I wouldn't be able to speak. I wouldn't be able to be calm about it or joke about it or whatever. So that's pretty much the gist of why I picked this topic. So let's see. Let's go back to check because I'm behind. 3:57. Oh, don't make me sing. I'm nasally. I'm in a New York state of mind. No, Kat, I'm not letting you in. Nope. Nope. I gave you an opportunity to come in. You said no, so go screw. She's outside there meow, meowing like she's dying because she's not part of the show. Snipperoonie 3:57 said breathe. Yeah, I'm trying. Jesus, I know. Snipperoonie said, I actually told somebody recently that I didn't know how perfect I had to be. It's a sad state to be in. That's the thing, honey. You're not perfect. You're never going to be perfect. And chasing perfection is absolutely pointless. Be who you are. Improve upon yourself. Yes, I believe we should improve ourselves daily. And I don't mean you have to have this sweeping grand change. Just learn something. Pick up a fact every day. Get yourself a word of the day goddamn calendar. Improve your mind, improve your spirit, improve your ability to pray, improve your belief system, improve your thinking process, improve whatever you want to improve that you think you can work on and it's not going to make you crazy. It doesn't have to be like, oh my God, I like if you look in the mirror and you don't like what you see, and then the next time you're like, oh, I passed the mirror and I look the same, nothing's ever going to be different. That's a little catastrophic. Like that's not the kind of thinking I want you to have. Like when you pass the mirror, instead of expecting the image in the mirror to change the way you see the image in the mirror. Stop criticizing yourself. Like if you look at yourself and say, "Oh, yeah, I don't like my hair. I don't like my skin tone." "Oh, look, I have a pimple," or "Oh, I have a broken. Oh, look, there's a line." So the fuck what? When you die, do you get a trophy for having no wrinkles? Do you get a trophy for having blemish-free skin your whole life? It doesn't matter. It's what's inside. What is in your heart, your intention, your purpose, the way you feel about yourself is what matters. Because you're never going to please everybody or anybody. The people that love you see you with love's eyes. They're going to see you in a way that you don't see yourself. They're always going to see you better than you see yourself if they love you. That was one thing I heard. Like, and it became true because there are people that I've met that in the beginning I'm like, geez, like you hit every freaking branch on the fugly tree when you fell out of it. Like, oh my God. But then I got to know them, and not only were they good people, but the more I cared about them, the less I saw their flaws physically. Like the less they counted. They didn't matter anymore because that was just that's just you, man. Like you are who you are. And when you start to love somebody, they just look better and better and better. That could be dangerous because, you put the love goggles on and then you're like, oh my God, they're perfect. And then you get into a fight and you're like, oh, they're not perfect. And da, da, da. Like there's got to be an in between. See people with love, but don't be blind to like the big red flags. Imperfections make people special. They do. I have a beauty mark on my face that I hate. And everybody I have ever been with, like, they all loved it. And I was like, but why? I want to get it. Like, I would love to get this thing. It's so cute. Marilyn Monroe had that. I'm like, yeah, if one more fucking person brings up Marilyn Monroe. And I'm like, yeah, Marilyn Monroe had that. She had a lot of other things going for her too. But I don't like it. Everybody else thinks it's cute. I don't like it. It ain't going anywhere. But it's like, the more they like, the more I'm like, yeah, all right. It's a part of my face. I like my face. I don't love it, but I like my face. I wouldn't say I was beautiful. I would say I'm cute. I'm pretty. But like other people say, "Oh, you're beautiful." I laugh because I'm like, that word. No. Like, because I've never felt that way. It doesn't matter if my face looks that way. I've never felt that way. So I can't accept that somebody else would see me that way. But yet when somebody sees me negatively, because I'm so used to negative things just being easier to, deal with or whatever, or easier to accept as true, I just take it to heart that they're telling the truth. Now, I can't tell what their intentions are. I can guess, but I can't be in their brain. I can't read their mind. I don't know what the intention is. I can guess it's not good. But yet I still let their opinion and their words have weight. I let them affect me. I don't know how to turn that off. I'm trying. I'm watching videos and everything else. I'm trying, but I just don't know how to do that. So we're going to be getting into stuff like that today. But you don't have to be perfect, Snipperoni. You just got to be you. Don't be a piece of shit. How about that? Don't be a piece of shit. And then you're already leagues above half the people in this world. Start looking at who you are and not what you feel you look like, or like what you feel you've accomplished or feel that you've done. Because you've been here and you've been nothing but kind and pleasant, entertaining, a bit of a ball buster, which I appreciate. But I don't see the negative stuff that you see. I don't. I think that you're a wonderful person. I think you've been very friendly, you've been very sweet, very considerate, compassionate, empathetic. I can go on and on about the nice things that I've noticed about you, the good positive things. But it doesn't matter what I say because I could stack all those things up. One person can come along and drop one negative, like not even a comment, like maybe like a subtle kind of innuendo or whatever. And everything I said, even though I won't bullshit you because I'm not Willy Wonka. I don't candy coat shit. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to tell you like I see it. Even though you know that about me and I've said these things, everything I said gets wiped away. And it just gets covered by this blanket of this one tiny negative side, like passive aggressive thing that was said to you. I know how that is. I do it all the time. I could list all my accomplishments. It's somebody will bring up something that I didn't do or something I did do, but not the way they thought I should do it. And automatically I feel like crap. And I'm crying and I feel completely defeated. Like, what did I do all the rest for? So I get it. But you are so much better than you think you are. And you are so much better than other people want to allow you to think. Because if they allow you to have self-confidence, then they have no control over you. They don't have, their opinion doesn't weigh anything in your life. There's no impact. And people who can't affect their own life and can't change their own life for the better have the need to shit on other people. It's all deflection. It's, oh, I'm going to criticize you, but don't look at all the shit that I've done wrong. Oh, I'm going to say you're lazy, but don't look at the fact that I haven't done crap in like decades. Oh, I'm going to point out that you haven't done this, but don't say anything about the fact that I haven't done it either. Like, they don't want you to look at the things that they fucked up on. They point out what they feel is going to make the most impact on you, negative or positive, usually negative, so that everybody's looking at that, nobody's looking at them. You see the politics of it. What do you think? Politicians, they're still people. All that stuff that works on regular, everyday people, back and forth. We do it all the time. It's just we don't dwell on it, and it doesn't affect the, the national, average or whatever. Like, it just affects us individually. And we internalize it, and we hold on to it, and it becomes a part of us. And that's not fair because then you're building up this negative image of yourself based on somebody else's agenda. It's based on somebody else's lack of confidence in themselves. And they're putting that on you so that nobody looks at them. And they don't have to be self-aware either. They don't have to do any self-reflection. They don't have to be better because they're too busy pointing out, the things that you've done that they don't like. It's not, oh, look at me, like, oh, I need to do this. No, it's look at them. They need to do that. And it's all sleight of hand. It's a magician's trick. And it works. It's psychologically, it works really well. And I'd love to figure out how to avoid that. I'm getting better, but apparently I'm still the emotional chick that I've always been. And I don't think that's ever going to change. I have to learn how to manage it better. Laz, how you doing, Laz? I just caught up to live. Oh, well, I didn't. I'm 15 minutes behind, of course. 3:57. How you doing? Everybody's good. Wolfram said, correction, Grand Rising. Like, that's right. Don't say the M word. We don't like the M word for good reason. I don't like it either. She makes me not use it. Not that she makes me, but like the way she explained it with the universe doesn't hear the difference in the two words made a lot of sense to me. And I was like, yeah, no, I don't want to say that word anymore. Cool Gamer. How are you, honey? I hope you're doing well. 357 said, I'm gonna smoke, don't judge. Oh, we'll never judge that here. No matter what you're smoking. Listen, to quell the panic, I've had to hit that weed a couple times. And I don't hit it hard. It's like 2 tokes like in the morning, 2 tokes in the afternoon. If there's a big thing that goes on, then I wait for that to pass and then I take another 2 tokes. And then 2 more tokes to go to sleep because I can't relax enough to go to sleep. Always there, mama. Humans being humans. Yep, it's true. It's true. PTSD rewires the brain. It's something that is coped with, not something that goes away. How we cope makes the difference. And that's true. And I was coping really well for a really long time. I had, I did my breathing exercises. I had the mantra in my head, this doesn't matter. This too shall pass. This person is a piece of shit. Don't listen to them. Like all the little helpful things going through my head. And it just wasn't working because the target is too close to my heart. And I go into protective mama bear mode. And it's just, it's a sore spot for me. I did the best I could raising my kids. I did it completely on my own. I did it against the grain because there were so many things working against me. So when somebody comes along and they have shit to say, I'm like, how are your kids? Like, what'd they do? How are they doing? You want to go through their histories and like what they turned out to be? Because that was your influence, not mine. So I think I'm doing pretty good. My kids are respectful. They're not felons. They're not drug addicts. They're not alcoholics. They're not parents at, like very young. I mean, I don't have nothing against anybody having a kid young because I had my kid young. But to pop them out like Pez just so you get welfare is ridiculous. Like, my kids didn't do any of that. So I like back the fuck up because I think my kids are really good. They take care of me. They didn't have to. I didn't plan on getting sick. They didn't plan on having a mother that they had my daughter had to friggin' work on my feet when I got out of the hospital because the lymphatic fluid had eaten through layers of my feet and I couldn't stand. Like they were just destroyed. She worked with me for months every day fixing them. She didn't have to. She did it because she's a good person and she loves me. I'm her mother. She is compassionate. My son, he doesn't have to, sit and go through my panic attacks and like wait on me hand to foot when I can't move if I have a flare up. Like he doesn't have to do any of that. But he takes care of me. He's been the only person taking care of me for the last 3 years. Yeah. But nobody sees that. That doesn't count. It's, oh, but that's not what I want them to do. Well, guess what? They're not your kids. They're my kids. I get to call the shots with them. No fucking buddy else. You don't like it? Too bad. Not yours. You had your chance. You fucked up your kids. So like leave mine alone. I just want people to you're okay the way you are. You really are. You don't have to jump through anybody else's hoops. And as much as I can tell you guys that, I need to convince my own brain and my heart because they're going to give me a heart attack at some point because they're stressing me the fuck out. But I have to convince myself that it doesn't matter. If somebody else wants to fight, fine, fucking fight. But fight me. See, that's the difference. Don't go after my kid. You want to have something to say it to me. Because I'll fight you to the fucking grave. And I know what to do and I know how to control my rage. So I'm not going to wind up in jail. My son is 18. He can't control his rage. He's 18. He's all hormones and thinking he knows everything. So it's like don't poke the bear because that's not a bear, that's a dragon. And that dragon will demolish you. Come at me. I know how to fight. It's fine. But they don't do that. And I think that's part of what's causing the panic because I want to be the bitch that I know I can be. and to fight back and to bare my teeth and, unsheath my claws and say, "You want to go? We'll fucking go." But it's going to be, we're going to go and you ain't making it out of this because I always win. Fuck that. And I don't want to do that because that's going to destroy everything. And part of me knows at some point it's all going to get destroyed anyway because I'm going to have to blow it up. I'm going to have to. But until I'm in a place where I can blow it up and walk away, I got to, play nice. But I'm telling you guys that I got that last nerve left, and it's being danced on. So God knows what will happen in the future. But yeah, PTSD definitely rewired my brain because I never used to panic. When somebody had something negative to say, they'd say, and I go, yeah, and I don't give a fuck. Like, that's your opinion. Go fuck yourself. Like, that's how I would respond. It did not affect me. But because it started, really, this part started in school when Connor was going to school in the same one I worked in, because everything reflected on me. That's how they poised it. Everything was a reflection of my parenting, my ability to do this, that. And at the end of the day, it was like, you think I can't control my own kid? I literally run multiple classrooms, and you're questioning my ability with one kid that belongs to me. Who are you? Like, go do your job. Instead, they would put it on me. This way, they would be free for the rest of the day, and they didn't have to deal with my son. And it was like, okay, but you took that job, right? Like, you knew what you signed up for. I'm here doing my job. Stop interfering with me doing my job. And that added to the panic all the time, because it was like, oh my God, I'm going to get, like, I'm not doing my job, which meant I wasn't fulfilling my purpose because they were putting things on me that didn't belong on me because they wouldn't do their job. So that was just, it was so much. And then when I left the job and he left that school, we were better. I was better. My son was better. So to have all that come back up, I wasn't expecting it. And I don't like surprises. So I got blindsided by this whole, oh my God, I'm having panic attacks again. Like, I don't like panic attacks, and I have no anxiety meds, so the weed is just going to have to do. I do have to get a different kind, though, because I can't keep smoking the indica because it makes me so tired. It's like, yeah, the panic is gone, but now I need a nap, and that's not productive. I don't like taking naps during the day anymore. Snipperoonie said, I didn't mean that I felt I had to be perfect, but that the person expected me to be and didn't tell me. By the way, I do like my hair. You should like your hair. You showed me. I saw it. I like it. But yeah, everybody out there that has this, like, I don't know, this image of other people. You have expectations. We've talked about expectations. When you set expectations for other people, you're setting yourself up for disappointment, and you're setting them up for, like, a lot of negative feedback that they don't deserve. They're just being themselves. It doesn't matter that you had a certain image of them in your head. That's not who they are. You have to adapt, not them. You have to adapt and adjust your image of them in your head, because it's not their fault that they are the way they are. They are the way they are, period. Don't go loving people intending for them to change. Love them as they are, or you're going to be very disappointed and the shit is not going to work out. It's just not. You got to accept people as they are, even if they're crazy. If they're crazy and you still love them, then you got to learn to love that crazy. You got to learn. You got to learn how to deal with their ups and their downs and their moods and whatever. And just know that they're not always like that. That's just a part of who they are. Because guess what? You're not a prize either when it comes to that kind of stuff. Nobody is level all the time. They could try to be. They might think they are, but others outside outside their head would be like, no, like, no. Snafu, moist. Another one, bafungal. You'll love to just aggravate me. Just throw words at me. How you doing, Snafu? I hope you're well. Let's see where we at. Where we at? Last said naps are good for everyone. You say that because you have 5-year-olds, or are they 6 now? They're 6 now, right? Or are they turning 6 soon? But I mean, you have like little ones. Their naps is like, oh my god, thank you. Like, I remember those days. In ya, out ya, all around ya. How you doing, baby? Hey, y'all. I'll probably be in and out. Oh, so you're having sex with the chat. That's great. That works. That's fine. This may not work for everyone, but I learned some biofeedback grounding methods to get out of a major panic attack. Oh, good. What are they? First way, which works for me, is to forcefully, randomly blurt out 7 numbers between 1 and 5,000. Don't ask me why it works for me. Huh. Blurt out, just set. So you're having a panic attack, and all of a sudden you just have like what? Like numerical Tourette's? Like 84, 93, 26, hike. Like, what is that how you do it? I don't know that that would work for me because I think, well, it might because it would take a lot of concentration to think up random numbers because it doesn't matter that you say random numbers don't just pop into your head. You have to think and like focus on one to pick it, or at least I do. So that might help. I got to try that. Hey, look at that. I'm actually up to date. So I can do this. Full drinking, half thinking. $10. How you doing, honey? Did somebody knock? Oh, open the door. Go ahead. What? Hi, I'm doing a show. What happened? It's going. You all right? All right. You want to let the cat in? Hi, I love you. Say hi to everybody. All right. Bye. I love you. Mwah. That was my son. He just wanted to say hi. Full drink and half think with a $10 super chat. Sending love. How you doing, baby? He's been doing some really great streams lately. I've been enjoying them. And now the cat wants to go out because of course she does. Thank you very much for that. I am going to get up and oh no, he closed my door, but she's gonna open it again. That's all right. Everybody, hi Connor. My baby. Thank you very much, Trim, for coming by. Yeah, yesterday was bad. I stopped in before you started your show, but I was like, oh God, I feel like crap. And I had enough energy to like sit there and listen to Winning and occasionally like say something, but even that I fell asleep like right after his show. We watched some wrestling and then I just went right to bed. Yesterday was all sleep. It was all sleep yesterday. So, but I'm glad you're here. Definitely check out his shows. He did one the other day. I'm having a mind blank. The one about attraction that I did another one on Thursday, piggybacking that one. And I did dedicate it to you because I said you inspired that show. Because I wanted to talk about the things that attract us to other people and the things that turn us off. And it was a decent show. It was short because people here were yelling. So I was stressed out. But thank you for being here, honey. And thank you for your constant support because you're a real one. I appreciate your friendship. I do. Last said my youngins will be 6 years old at the end of June. Oh, that's right. That's right. Because they're around the same time as Katie. And he says it stops those synapses or something. I don't know. There's a thing that there's so many different pressure points. There's like if you press the webbing, like that strip of web skin between your forefinger and your thumb, if you hold down on that, it's supposed to like slow your heart rate down so that you can get everything under control. There's another one at the base of your palm that if you press down on that, that's another pressure point. There's one that if you put your finger in your ear, which I think is ridiculous, but I tried it anyway. Put your finger in your ear just slightly and comfortably and pull straight down on the cartilage that's there for like 5 or 10 seconds, and that's supposed to like do something to your mental processes so that you stop thinking that way and you can kind of reprogram. You can reset. It's almost like a default setting. I've tried all of them and they've worked slightly, but I think when you get to the point where I'm at with the panic, it's like not a lot is going to help. The weed helps. It doesn't do away with it, but it does help. But I have to get sativa because the indica's killing me. Like, I can't. I can't. Full drinking, half thinking, talkers. There you go. We're all a bunch of talkers. Somebody said to me the other day, they said, Cory Booker went up and did a 24-hour filibuster speech. Like, is it just because he's from Jersey? Like, do you people from Jersey just nonstop talk? I was like, first of all, he don't represent Jersey. Okay. He might live there. He might have been born there, but he's not Jersey. I'm Jersey. He's not Jersey. He does not represent what we stand for. And he's a piece of crap. And he just, as far as I'm concerned, they were like, he talks 24 hours. I said, do you know how many freaking streamers and podcasters can talk for 24 to 36 hours straight by themselves? Many. That's all he proved, is that he can do the same thing. Because we can do 24-hour streams. I've done many, many, many. I couldn't tell you one of the things that I've said during any of them, because at some point you run out of like things that you scripted to talk about and you wing it. And all you're doing is you're pulling out memories that you haven't thought about in 30, 40 years just to have something to talk about. Because you're just like, oh, dear God, there's nobody here. I have no panel. I have nothing to show. So I'm just going to talk. Let me just think up random shit. Oh, look, there was a squirrel. I'm going to talk about squirrels for an hour. That's how it is when you're up there talking and talking and talking and talking. That's all he did. It was just gibberish. Who the hell was going to listen to him for 24 hours? I don't want to listen to him for 24 seconds, let alone 24 hours. As soon as I saw that he was like going 24 hours, I said, oh God. I was like, I feel bad for anybody who can't leave the room. Because that's torture. I mean, you might as well just have taped it and then play it at Gitmo or whatever, because that's genuine torture. Snipperoonie said, I do 8 numbers and then think the world will end because of that. Oh my God. I watched the movie the other day, Left Behind, the first one, and it was really good. Like I enjoyed it. It was very dramatic. And then I watched Left Behind 2 with Kirk Cameron, and I didn't enjoy it. It got real hokey real quick. And then I tried to watch the third one, and it was just as hokey. And I was like, everybody raved about these movies. The first one was good. It surprised me. It has Nicolas Cage, Leah Thompson, a whole bunch of people in it. And it's got that dude that was in the Cinderella movie with Hilary Duff. What the hell's his name? Real cute, blonde, but he's like grown now. And he was in it, and he was really good. But it was a good movie. I wasn't raving about it, but I enjoyed it. But then the second and third one, I was like, oh, first of all, Kirk, like, you were such a good actor on Growing Pains. Like, what happened? Like, you could only act as a teenager? You could only act like a teenager as a teenager, I guess, because it was natural. I didn't like the movies. I didn't like the acting. I didn't like the storyline. I didn't like the script. I didn't like any of it. And an hour into the movie, I was like, this is the hokiest bullshit I've ever seen. Like, it really, I was so disappointed because I was like, I heard so many good things and I looked forward to watching them, and then they were just terrible. But the first one wasn't bad. I liked the first one. Winnie and I just watched The Bondsman on Amazon. If you don't like gore and a lot of like splatter, don't watch it. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the movie. Just take it as it is. It's just a weird ass freaking movie. But well, it's a series. But we watched it and it was something to watch at this point. It was like I feel like we've watched everything that's not woke, which don't leave a lot, but it was all right. It was all right. I'm hoping for that last season of Squid Game to come out soon cuz I kind of miss it. We did watch the end of the Cobra Kai series. I do highly recommend that. It was really good and it was a satisfying ending for me. I think even winning was satisfied with that ending. Most of it, like most of the stuff we watched, the whatever season finale they do or like series finale they do, we're always just like, really? Like you couldn't like tie up like where's this loophole, that loophole, that loophole, that loophole. Like there's all these plot holes and loopholes and untied loose ends, and it's like, oh, it's so frustrating. But we laugh because we'll watch them and I'll just start spouting out lines and it's always before they say it. I'm like, I could write for these people. Like, this is ridiculous. I'd come up with such better shit than this. This is ridiculous. Everybody's saying hi, Connor. You're gonna ninja today? Okay. Busy doing paperwork. Well, you be nice and stealthy. Keep me on in your ear, because there you go. Apparently, I make excellent background noise. Kind of like, I'm the new white noise. There you go. Connor Poppins always make me smile. I'm gonna tell him that. I'm gonna tell him that. That just means he's just gonna pop in more often. Um, and you said, okay, love you guys, gals. Love you, Shelly. Semi lurking when I can. Well, I'm glad you were here, honey. I hope you can pop back in and out. Have fun doing your work. Don't drive yourself crazy. Make sure you take breaks. Same for you, Trin. Make sure you take some breaks. Get something to drink. Have a puff. Whatever. Have a snack. If you have a puff, you're definitely having a snack because then you get the munchies. I definitely need bud that does not give me the munchies. It's hard to find. It's something that keeps me awake and creative because I have so many plans for stuff that I want to do and it just doesn't get done because other people like in this house need attention. They're so needy. So needy. It's like, oh, I always in your room by yourself because I enjoy being by myself. I have projects to work on that require silence, and that's not something I could find in this house because everybody's loud. Like, you're loud. I'm not as loud as you people. Like, literally, you just wake up loud. You don't hear me coming. Like, I walk through the house, nobody ever hears me. I cook a whole meal. You don't hear me. Half the time I'm doing this show, they're like, oh, you did your show? I couldn't hear you. No shit. Because I don't feel the need to scream and draw all the attention in the house to myself. That kind of shit makes me anxious. It's like, why are you so loud? What is wrong with you? Anyway. Wolfram said, have full drink and half thing. Give me the paperwork. That way you could say the dog ate my homework. That's cute, Wolfie. You're so funny. Shenny Graham, how you doing, honey? Isn't that the show that we totally sidelined you in as well? Mm-hmm. You got your point, but the kids in the chat kangarooed the rest. Yeah, that was the attraction string. Yeah. That's all right. You guys can sideline me whenever you want. That's fine. You didn't sideline me, you sidetracked me, and that's fine. I don't mind. Wait, Cory Booker is from Jersey? Yeah, huh? You didn't know that? He's a douchebag from Jersey. Mm-hmm. Yep, he represents or whatever. He's sent. I forget what the hell his position is, other than head up the ass. That's the only position I know he, utilizes every day. Last said, "Ha, shows how much I pay attention to his fool ass." He doesn't even have our accent. Damn it. See, that's how you know when they try to sound all like highfalutin and whatever. It's like, yeah, whatever. Like, if you're really going to represent the state, represent the state. I would love for somebody like for a Guido to get elected and show up in like, their Jersey Shore best. That would be hilarious. hilarious. And you could see him like doing his, but yo, I don't get what you're talking about. You're up here, it's a bunch of bullshit, is what it is. Like, where's that Jersey dude? Where's the Jersey dude who tells it like it is and doesn't kiss anybody's ass? This was standing there, well, they're Republicans and blah, blah, blah. No, don't blame the Republicans because you fucked up our state. Okay, it was the Democrat governors that fucked up the state. It was the Democrat senators that fucked up the state. The Democrat representatives that fucked up the state. The Democrat mayors and council people and freeholders, which I call freeloaders because they don't do shit. It's all you council people, every freaking Democrat politician fucked up Jersey so bad that the rest are like, even Democrats are sitting back going, what the hell? Like, you all voted for all this shit. We don't want any of this. The only place that they are popular is in the urban centers where they have projects, where they have loads and loads of welfare offices. That's where they keep them all corralled. And that's anybody who needs assistance. They make sure they keep them in this like insulated little environment where they have no idea what goes on in the rest of the world. They think the rest of the world lives like they do. They have no idea that there's actually opportunities for improvement and whatever. You're not stuck where you are. You might be there temporarily, but you can work your way out if you do it smart. But you got to stop just going penny to penny. You got to stop making frivolous fucking purchases. You're walking around, you're paying $35 a month rent. You got no right to have a $5,000 Louis Vuitton bag on your shoulder. You got 8 kids. You know how many outfits and fucking food that would buy for them? But, I got to have my Louis bag. Why? For your status symbol? I've never understood that. I've never understood the importance of the material part of life. Yes, I want to have a nice place to live. Any place I live, it's up to me to make it nice. The price tag isn't going to make it nice. You can go to Hoboken and pay $6,000 for an apartment that's absolute shit. It's not the amount that you spend on it. It's what you put into it. As with anything. There are things that other people see as this is garbage, whatever. I look at it, I'm like, I could turn that into because the artist in my head goes, oh my God, that has potential. Like, look, that's real. It's built strong. There's not a lot of nicks. It's got character. I could change the color. I could take the front off. I could change the knobs. And it's a whole different thing. And now I've made it into something functional, beautiful, and valuable, even if it's only valuable to me. But somebody else was willing to throw that away like it was nothing. And I saw the potential in it. It's what you put into something. It's how you see it that gives it its value. Because money, like the whole thing with winning, and we watched that thing yesterday. Money's imaginary. Like the value of money, that's determined by other people. Money's just paper. It has value because we believe it has value. Otherwise, it's just paper. It's no different from monopoly money, except monopoly money isn't going to get you anywhere in the world because nobody believes it has value. But if you look at regular money, they're like, oh, that cash has value. Really? Gold has value. Why? Why does gold have value? Who made that the standard? Somebody set a rule, and then other people fell in line, and then it grew and grew and grew until it was a belief system. Money is a global belief system. It's like a religion, but it's one that everybody buys into. If we didn't believe in money, like if we didn't have that, we would still be just trading stuff like is normal. Okay, I have this and, I produce this and you produce that. And I want some of that. For some of that, I think you should get a certain amount of this. How much do you think it's, how much would you be willing to trade for? That was how things were done. And then everything became money. And what happens with money? You just keep upping it and upping it and upping it. You make less, spend more, make less, cost more. They're not equal. So it puts you in that state of constant need and a constant drive. You constantly, oh my God, you're not living your life to live a happy, fulfilling, purposeful life. You're living your life to work, to earn, so that you can live. That's not the way it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to work so you can live or live so you can work. Working is just a part of life. Back in the old days, like, they didn't work. They basically, like, everything that was in their head was important, so they went around philosophizing and shit like that. Like, but they didn't have 9 to 5 jobs. They didn't clock in. I don't like reporting to somebody else. And then you get to tell me what the value of my time is. Why don't I get to determine the value of my time? This generation coming up, they tend to do that. They're like, "Oh no, you're paying me for whatever because I'm worth whatever." We didn't grow up like that. And I kind of wish we did. I kind of wish we did. I got lost. Wait, it skipped ahead. It skipped ahead. Show sidelined me. Booker's from New Jersey. Fool ass. There we go. Shenny said, "Howdy, Heidi and Snipperoonie. I'm just getting up. Think I was still worried about Cynthia for no reason. I know she's fine." Yes, and our hearts go out to Cynthia. I know what's going on there. She's apparently doing well, and I want to know that she is in my prayers and can't wait to see her soon. Glad she went and did what she needed to do, and let's go. Let's go. Everybody needs to take care of themselves. And I'm glad. It makes me happy when I see people taking care of themselves, because you got to give yourself some of that love too. Frank Otter, how you doing? How you doing, honey? He said, "I'm here but lurking." Love to everybody. I'm currently on meds for constant panic attacks for no reason, and T3 quit being so needy. I will try. I will try to not be needy. I will try. I used to take this pill for my anxiety when it was really bad, when Connor was in school and they were just hitting me with shit left and right, like literally every day. I got to the point where my panic attacks were so sudden and so severe that I would stim. So I'd do the hand flapping and I'd drop to the ground and I would I was crazy. They were making me crazy. And my natural state is not being crazy. My natural state is normally, all right. Like, you tell me something, I go, all right. Like, whatever. Like, that's just who I am. That's always been who I am. I've always been the whatever person, because I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about petty fucking crap. And like, if you're doing something, like, why am I going to get upset over something you do? Like, you're doing it. All right. I guess I'll deal with it when it fucking falls apart, because you're retarded for doing it. I told you you're retarded for doing it, but you're still going to do it. All right. Well, I'll be here when it all falls down. Like, just until then, I'm just not going to care. I'm just not going to think about it, because that's your circus. And nope. I got my own backyard to keep in check. I don't have time to be worrying about other people. Like, I don't mind. Everybody tells me stuff and I love it. Just go ahead. Just unload all your stuff on me, because I know that I'll take it and I'll care, but I'm not going to carry it. It's not something that's going to weigh me down every second of the day like it will for you. So if I can take some of that burden, I will happily do it, because it's a lot lighter for me than it is for you. When it comes to my own stuff, I don't feel that way. But there was a pill that I used to take. I looked it up yesterday. I had to look it up based on what it looked like, because I couldn't remember what the hell it was. And it was like hydrochloride something. I don't know, but it's the generic version of Atarax, which I didn't know. And man, I'm not big on the meds. I don't like the meds, but this med used to help me. And I never took the whole, like, they prescribed the whole pill, and I was like, whatever. I used to break it into halves and into quarters. If it was a bad day, I would take a quarter and then see how I did and then take another quarter. If it was a really bad day, I would take a half and that was it. But it didn't put me to sleep. It didn't it literally within 10 minutes, my heart rate would come back down and I would just kind of chill out and I'd be like, okay, I know I'm upset over this, but I'm not that upset. I can deal with this. All right. And it got rid of like my avoidant tendencies. And I haven't had one of those pills in like so long. And I'm like, oh God, I'm gonna have to go to the doctor just for that script if this keeps up because I can't be on edge all the time. It does not make for a happy Shelly. It doesn't make for a healthy Shelly. It's not helping my flare-ups. Like it's literally making all my joints flare up and hurt. And I don't need the pain with the aggravation. Last said Kirk Cameron lives in Middle Tennessee now, just like everybody else that left LA. Doesn't that suck? Nashville is the new LA, and I can't stand it. Tennessee is full. No more room for any more people from California. See, and like I would love to move there. I've always loved Tennessee. That's where I wanted to move to begin with, but they didn't want to go there. I should have just went by myself. I really should have. I should have been like, you know what, you're moving, move me there. But yeah, that I love Tennessee. I feel bad for you that you're getting all the wackadoos there. I do. I do feel bad for you. That's what happened in Hoboken. We used to be like all just families and you had your little groups. You had like, the Jewish people here, the German people here, the Italians over here, the Irish over here, you had the Scandinavians over here, you had the Puerto Ricans over here, the blacks over here, you had the, like weird, like hippie dippy kind of, like just the flower power kind of people. You had them in one section of town. You had the artists in another section of town. And then the New Yorkers came. All the yuppies. In case you don't know what a yuppie is, it's a young urban professional. But these were people, when they showed up in the late 80s, they were just one person families. Like they would go to the store and buy one carrot, one can of cat food, one can of like tuna fish, or one, sandwich or whatever. They never shopped for the week because they didn't own pans, they didn't own dishes, they didn't have forks and knives, they had none of that shit. Like everything they had was just, it's right there and they could eat it raw or eat it with their hands, and they didn't need a plate. They don't need the stove. We had a tenant who never turned on her stove. You know how I know that? Because I unplugged the stove when she moved in and nobody ever plugged it in. Nobody ever plugged it in. But I told my girl, I said, I'm going to unplug it. I said, because she's a wackadoo. I said, I don't know what she's going to do. I was like, but I don't trust her. I was like, if she wants to use the stove, she'll plug it in. And I told her, I said, I unplugged your stove. She was like, yeah, whatever. All right, whatever. Because we had the old gas burners and stuff like that. And, like that was connected. But I was like, I don't trust this bitch. And sure enough, do you know what she used to put in the stove? Clothes. She used the oven as a storage unit. I was like, are you kidding me? And she was like, what? She was like, you literally have 3 walk-in closets. This bitch had so many clothes. I never saw her in a different outfit. I think I saw her in 3 outfits in like 2 years. The weirdest thing. And she was one of those people who used to throw her shoes when she took them off. Oh, I fucking wanted to hit her with those shoes because we had hardwood floors. You could hear her 2 floors down, bang, 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 with the damn shoes. It was like, oh. That's how you know people are spoiled when they grow up, because they're so inconsiderate. Frank Otter said you can't even buy an airsoft or BB gun in New Jersey without having a. That's true. It's very true, although most people have them. I don't know anybody who doesn't have a BB gun in Jersey. Literally nobody. Even like my mother had BB guns. I had a BB gun. My brother took it, but I had one. Heidi said, huggers buggers, huh? Oh, I know, hun. Well, I tried to help last night, but the details didn't help. I had a pinch C-spine migraine. Oh my God, fell back to sleep and way overslept. Oh, honey. I'm sorry, Heidi. I didn't know you had a headache. You're always very helpful. You give a lot of words of encouragement to me. I'm very lucky to have the people that I have around me. Y'all do my heart a lot of good. Wolfkinder, hey, Shelly. Albula, hi, honey. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. I hear my mother being loud. It makes me nervous. Anyway, Lady Autumn said, that's what made me realize charging people for card readings is okay. I used to barter a card reading for what they could trade. Mm-hmm. Then I came to terms with money is energy, and for my energy, money's okay. There you go. Taking money is just exchanging energy. It really is. It's a belief system. Like it only has power because we give it power. So if you're giving your time, you might as well, get some energy in return, get some power in return. Because you're expelling, you need to recharge. Last said they sell their $1 million homes that were only 900 square feet. Move here, buy huge homes that they can't take care of, and drive the home prices through the roof. It's already pushed me south. Anymore, and I'll be in Alabama, and I don't want to live in Alabama. Go down there. You can buy your own 100-acre wood down there. Yeah, it's crazy because they go from shoebox apartments where they never had to do maintenance. They never had to do like anything. They never had a shovel. They never had to sweep. They had housekeepers come in and like take care of their 900 square feet because they were too stupid to clean it themselves. Or, oh, that's beneath me. Oh, must be nice. And then they buy these gigantic houses that are completely devoid of furniture because they don't know how to furnish that kind of a space. They don't know how to decorate. So then they hire decorators. And then they have landscaping that they didn't anticipate. So they have to hire somebody to do landscaping because they don't know how to mow a lawn or like trim a tree or like, like shape hedges or whatever. They have no experience in it. Then they have snow. Oh no, they have to hire somebody to come plow them out because they don't know how to shovel. Or their roofs cave in because they don't know to get the snow off the damn roof. They have gutters they don't know have to be cleaned. Like all sorts of stuff. And it's just like, wow, you went from this. My daughter's being loud. Why? See, I get very nervous because I keep anticipating problems. And I don't want to be that way, but it's just I need to be ready. Like I'm always on guard. Anyway, but yeah, they go from these teeny tiny places that are easy to manage and they still have other people managing it for them. Then they buy big houses and they don't know what the fuck to do. They don't know, oh, the heat won't work. Well, how much oil do you have? Like, how much fuel is in your tank? What tank? I have to buy fuel. Why don't they just refill it? Because you have to pay for it, stupid. Like, why is my electric bill so high? Electric was included in my rent. Guess what? Electric costs an ass load of money. Like, they want an arm, a leg, a foot, an ear, like your wisdom teeth, your firstborn. Like, electric bills are no joke. Guys, I will be right back. I am going to play this on a loop. It might take me a minute or two.
Go a little crazy when you dance for me, baby. Got look in your eye when you dance for me, baby. I can't deny when you dance for me, baby. Dance for me, baby. Dance for me, baby. Dance, dance for me, baby. Dance, dance, dance for me, baby. Dance, dance, dance for me, baby.
Sorry about that. That was a false alarm. People slamming stuff and it scared the crap out of me because there was raised voices and then slamming, and so I had to go make sure everything's all right. But let's see. What'd you say? 36, 42, 112, 547, 2,356, 4,997, 5, 12. That actually doesn't do too bad. I recommend that. That's not too bad, but I still need something uplifting. So here we go. I love that clip. Thanks for hanging in there. I'm not gonna promise that that's not gonna happen again, because it might. I forgot where the fuck I was. You'll be in Alabama. My apologies, but they've pushed all the locals out. That's the problem with the invasion. They push everybody out. Danielle, how are you, honey? She said, hello, my sweet Jelly in chat. How are you doing, honey? Oh, I miss you coming around. I hope you're doing well. Look, and even with that little break, I'm only 6 minutes behind. Woohoo! Something's wrong with me. Oh, Bugs, Heidi, I'm so sorry. You take care of your head. I got my temple insert gone. Your what? Now let's give yours a ticket to Gonville. What the hell is a temple insert? I'm very confused. But Heidi, try some ice on the back of your neck and then on the crown, like right in the front of your head, like on your hairline. Don't put it in the middle on the on your dome. Don't put it there. Put it like in front so it's half on your forehead, half on your hairline. But switch it between the nape of your neck, like right where your skull starts to curve upward, and then the front of your head. Just do it like 2 minutes, 2 minutes. It really does help a lot with migraines. Most people are like, cold on my head. No, believe me, it helps. It does help. Last said, yep, Shelly. And then people that never drove in California come here and can't drive, right? That's what used to happen in Jersey. They never dealt with snow, and then they'd come up by us. And so they didn't know how to drive, they didn't know how to park. I loved watching people. The thing in Hoboken is when they plow, they don't remove the snow. They just push it all to one side of the street. That's why we have alternate side of the street parking goes into effect for snowstorms. We have snow routes. So they have places to put the snow. People like to, with their itty bitty cars, think they can park on top of these giant mounds of snow. And they're like, oh, it's only like 3 feet high. Yes, but it's going to melt. Number one, you were driving your car, so your car's heated up. Yes, you pulled on top of this mound of snow and it seems solid to you. Now you're getting out and you're going home. Your car is still warm underneath, especially. Guess what heat does to snow? It melts it. And then when it refreezes, it's ice. So now you've created this nice mold of icy snow for your car that you're never going to get your car out of unless you dig it out, which means chipping away at all that ice that you helped form. And I love watching them because first getting onto the mound of snow in their little like Mini Coopers and shit, they're spinning their tires. I'm like, yeah, see, this is where like all-wheel or like four-wheel drive would have helped you. But you keep up with that front-wheel drive. That's great. Trying to get up there, and then they can't do it. And usually they're like, oh, I'll get in there. They get halfway and they leave the car there. And I'm like, bro, your whole ass of your car is sticking out in the street. Streets are not that wide. Now, if you get hit, it's going to be their fault, right? Not your shitty parking, because can't prove that you shittily parked because they hit your car. And you could always say, oh, well, you moved my car to that position. so they don't have a leg to stand on. Meanwhile, you're just the asshole that just parked your car crooked. I used to get so mad watching people parallel park. I know it's a skill that a lot of people don't have, but I literally like grew up parallel parking. And I watched this lady. I was in my minivan. This was before I even had Connor. And I was going around the block, around the block, around the block, because parking in Hoboken's a bitch. And I was just waiting for her to park. And she was taking so long that I double parked just to watch her, because I was like, she's never gonna, like, and it wasn't even a big car. You could park, this was a double spot. You could have parked a boat in this spot. And she had like I think it was like a Jetta or some shit. And tiny. And I'm like looking at her, and she's back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And she pulls back. I'm like, no, your wheel, you pulled too hard right into the curb. She hit the telephone pole. She hit the curb. She hit the curb. She hit the curb. She went up on the sidewalk. And I was just like, fuck it. I turned my car off, put my hazards on. I got out. I knocked on her window. And she was like, what? Because she was frazzled at this point. I said, my car is right there, so I'm not going to take yours. I was like, but if you get out, I'll park the car for you. And she was like, I can't do this. I was like, you're making me crazy watching you. I was like, and then I'll park your car this way. There's a spot. Just do me a favor. Stand in that spot behind your car so I can park there. She was like, oh, this isn't big enough. Girl, trust me. I was like, just get out. And she did. She was like, she got out of the car. I parked the car. I said, now stand right there. And I pulled up, and she said, that's never going to fit. I said, get out of the spot. I pulled up, I pulled back, and whoop, 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 and in. She said, oh my God, how did you do that? I was like, because I'm used to parking this boat. Like, it's not that hard if you learned like angles and mirrors, and yeah, if you have any kind of spatial awareness. I didn't say that part there, but I was like, it takes practice. It takes practice. You should practice. She should practice. Somebody needs to take her like down to like one of those back roads where you set up the two tire things or the pylons so that she could practice pulling in and out and in and out, because she was terrible. Terrible. She overcorrected on that steering wheel so much. This is why cars that park themselves are, in high demand. Why people love them, because they just don't have the skill. What does it take? I never even had a look. I always knew you pull up this much and you have this kind of an angle. And I've pulled into spots where I had to pull back and forward like 20 times to do inch by inch by inch by, because you only had like 3 inches in the front, 3 inches in the back. And it's like, all right, I will work my way in there. Shit. But watching her drove me insane. Yeah, I can't take it when people move to a new place and they can't drive there. They can't do anything. And then they're like, they complain. And I'm like, we did just fine until you got here. Like, we all know how to drive. You need to adapt to us, not us adapt to you. We were here first, damn it. Oh, that drives me crazy when you have like that invasion of outside people and they're like, all this needs to change. No. See, if you wanted it to be different, you should have moved to a place that was already made like that. Why'd you come here? Did you not like look it up? Did you not visit? A lot of them move places they never visit first. I don't understand that. I don't. At least do a Google map search. Like, go around with the friggin' Google, whatever. Talk to people that live there. Talk to people who used to live there, whatever. They're like, oh, I didn't know it was going to be like this. Then why'd you move here? You just dropped $400,000 on a house. And you have no idea what like the economy is, what the demographic is. It's none of it is to your liking. No, it's all got to change. No, maybe you should have moved to a place that was, I don't know, more suitable to what you wanted. I don't get it. I don't, because money don't grow on trees. So it's like, why would you drop so much money in a place that's going to make you unhappy? I feel like a lot of the Californians are just fleeing and they don't really care where they land. Yep, Shelly, and then people that never drove in Cali come here can't drive. We don't have public buses unless you're in the inner city of Nashville. Of course not. So it's a clusterfuck when I try to go to Nashville. Yeah, I get that. I do. I get that. It's very hard when there's no mass transportation or whatever. Danielle said, "Is that Rexy dancing?" Sure is. Sure is. T-Rex stepped on my paw in that dance set again. I know, he's always stepping on your poor paws. I'm so sorry. Snipperoonie. Where are we up to? Quick chat, get her 30 minutes behind. It's not going to happen. I'm literally only 8 minutes behind. Ah, ha, ha, ha. I hope you get to feeling better soon, Heidi. Yes, we all hope that. Thank you, Snipperoonie, for that. Shelly for the chat extended. You know that doesn't extend it. I can read your separated thing very quickly. Um, I love getting New Jerseyans out here not knowing how to put gas in their cars. They come out here, rent a car, and they don't know how to fuel it. Yes, that is a thing. That is a thing. I didn't know it was a thing because I grew up in a gas station and I was the one pumping the gas. But I didn't realize that till like my husband and I, my ex-husband and I went somewhere. And he goes, "Oh, you got to pump your own gas." I said, "All right." He goes, "You want me to show you how?" And I just looked at him because he wasn't in my life when we still had the gas station. We had already moved into the condo. The gas station, the condo was built on the gas station property, so the gas station was gone. So he had a notion that I grew up with mechanics, but yet he could not wrap his brain around the fact that I was the one working in the gas station for years and years and years. So he was like, "You want me to show you how?" And I'm like, "Show me how to what?" He was like, "Pump gas." I was like, "What do you think? I'm fucking retarded?" And he was like, "Well, you don't pump gas in Jersey." I was like, "Owned a gas station, not an auto body shop, not just auto repair, gas station. We had 10 pumps. Do you think that my whole life I worked in a gas station and didn't have to pump gas? Really?" And, "Oh, so you know how?" "Yes, I know how. I probably know how to do more shit on cars than you do, but whatever." And he, "Oh no, I'm gonna whatever. You keep your masculinity intact. I'm not gonna jeopardize that because God help me." I love getting it. Yeah, it's crazy that they don't know how. It's not hard to do. It's really not. I used to like in Kansas, I would see like the out of staters or whatever, they'd show up or they'd be like real young, like they just got their license. And I'm like, see, part of getting your license should be being able to pump gas. It should be able to drive a car. You should be able to know where the hazards are, the difference between high beams and regulars, what fog lights are truly there for, not just for decoration, like how to use your windshield wipers, how to replace windshield wiper fluid, how to check your own oil, how to check your own transmission fluid, how to not grind your brakes down until you've gone metal to metal, because that is not a natural sound for your car. Like, you should know not to let your gas tank get below a quarter of a tank, or you're going to wind up, with sediment coming up into the fuel line. That's not good. It doesn't matter how clean you think your fuel line is, it's not. Your gas tank has sediment in it. Don't let it go below a quarter of a tank, or you're going to mix up all that sediment. It's going to go up into your fuel line and you're going to run into problems. And then when you go around going, "Why is my engine going dunk, 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 dunk?" That's why. That's why. Learn how to check your exhaust. Learn that, you know, transmissions, they're really important. So maybe don't grind your fucking gears and rip through them. How to not ride the brake while you have your foot on the accelerator, because not only is it bad for your car, it drives everybody else crazy. How to use a turn signal, how to merge, how to yield. There's a difference. How to navigate a traffic circle, how the difference between a U-turn and a jug handle, what a jug handle even is, like how to pump your gas, how to not lock your keys in the car, how to not pour hot water on an icy window to take the ice off because glass shatters with that kind of a temperature difference. Like, these are things that people who are going to drive should know. None of that shit is on the test. What's on the test? What's the difference between red and yellow and green? Really? How far is the distance between telephone poles? Is it 100 yards? Is it like 100 feet? Is it 50 feet? Who cares? Who cares? Teach them how to park. Teach them how to drive. Teach them how to navigate, a merge. I don't get. That's my biggest pet peeve when it comes to driving is when people have to merge and suddenly you have like a 40 freaking block long traffic jam because people want to be selfish and I want to go first and then nobody's going. How hard is it to merge? You, me, you, me, you, me, you, me, you, me. That's how it goes. You go, they go, you go, they go, you go, they go, you go, they go. That's it. It's not that difficult. Same thing with yielding. If you have oncoming traffic and you're going and you have to yield to them, slow the hell down and let them go because they have the right of way. No, but what? Oh, I had plenty of time. No, because they're not figuring you're going to be going at a certain speed. They figure you're going to let them go because they have the right of way. Or the people that jump out from like an oncoming lane and they suddenly think they're going to go from 0 to like 60 and catch up with traffic. No, you're going to make whoever the hell was going the normal speed behind you hit you. And then it's going to be their fault because they rear-ended you, even though it's, you're the idiot who don't know how to drive. Oh, I could go on forever. I started telling her something that brought up memories, hurtful memories, and I immediately felt the knife insert into my temple. Had to end the topic, call, go to bed, no sleep for 5 hours, and rested the insert. Oh, I get it. Oh, I'm sorry, Shenny. I'm sorry that you went through that. There are certain things, there's certain things I can't talk about. You would think I could talk about anything, but there's certain topics that I can't. And I do. I feel like the pressure in my temple when I think about them. So I feel for you, honey. I'm sorry. Heidi said, Shelly. I don't know why, but hi. Do you have the essential oil peppermint? If so, put some in a diffuser or dilute a drop and rub it on your, wow, girl, your glabella. What? Do I want to know what part that is? Oh my God, they're literally screaming, what? 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 It's like, okay. It's mostly gone, barely there. Now I'm back to functional. Good. I'm glad that you're feeling better, Heidi. We like you functional and happy. That's what I like. I like you happy, healthy, and functional. Functional for you, not for us. I mean, you could tell me, fuck it, I'm not modding shit, and I'd be like, all right, just hang out. Like, that'd be fine with me. Don't want one of my gaming sisters feeling bad. Yeah, this weekend was bad. I went to everybody's chat. I couldn't talk. I liked all your streams and everything. I sat there and I listened in Chinese for a while, and I went to visit a whole bunch of people. I didn't have it in me to talk. Because you know how I feel about small talk to begin with. That takes a lot of energy for me to do small talk. And I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. Snipperoonie, 3 inches in front, 3 inches in back. Sounds like you need to meet some new guys. I mean, this was for parking. I do know guys that fit those measurements, but they were never my cup of tea. So I didn't really go there. Sir Frank Otter. But your last one I had tried to take off with the handle still in the car and had to pay $900 to replace the handle and the hose. Yeah, the worst part about losing the handle and the hose to the pump is the gas spill that happens after. You want to talk about paranoia? Jesus. Everything in my I don't know. Like I read about oil spills, gas spills, and we have to remove all the dirt and blah blah blah. Yeah, that's not how I grew up. Oh, look, antifreeze spilled. Wipe up as much as you can, then throw kitty litter on top of it. Like that's what we had. We had sand and kitty litter. You have a gas spill, hose it off. Hope that it don't go down the sewer. If it does, oh fucking well, don't light a match. And then whatever's left, you throw kitty litter on top of it. That's what we always did. We always had barrels of sand and kitty litter because that's what you used to put out fires. You used it for the oil slicks. It was very absorbent, and it got rid of it, and you could just scoop it up later and throw it out in the dumpster. Yeah, people don't do that now. You got to call the EPA, and it's got to be like decontaminated and oh, shut up. Like they're like, oh, there's so many chemicals and everything. Listen, I grew up literally sharing land with a gas station that had 2 huge tanks in the ground that leaked. Did we know they leaked? No, we found out much, much later, but they leaked. They leaked. I knew that the one leaked because every time I got gas from that pump, which I used to tell my uncle, please don't put gas in my car. And he's like, oh no, you worked all summer. You deserve a tank of gas. Oh, gee, I deserve it. And at this time, it was like $20 filled the whole tank. And I miss those days. It was like, oh, $20 for the whole summer of work with me sweating my ass off in the office or, in one of the bays. Okay, dealing with your freaking dudes, but all right. $20. That was all I was worth. And I had to be thankful. Oh, good God. But if he did that, I knew that I was going to get like a knocking sound in my engine until I thoroughly got rid of all that gas. That's when I used to let the pump, I'd let the tank run all the way down to like 1/8 of a tank. And I'd be like, fuck the sediment because it's better than water. Because otherwise it's like, it's like, what the fuck? But yeah, he used to do that. And I was like, oh God, there's water in that tank. No, there's not. Don't say that. I don't have to say it. I can hear it. Doesn't do that from my truck. That's because you use the diesel. You don't use, unleaded. But it was like, whatever. Can't argue with my uncle. He's always right. Last said, California peeps have a rude awakening in springtime in Tennessee. They don't know nothing about a gully washer. What the hell's a gully washer? I don't know nothing. Now I gotta look that shit up. Woman, why you... Is a brief, heavy rainstorm. Oh, okay. It's a colloquial term, particularly in the Midwest or Western USA, for a brief, heavy rainstorm or cloudburst. Jersey has those. Great Adventure, Six Flags in Freehold, New Jersey, or in Jackson. They have those because of the amount of amusement park rides, the electric in the air builds up. And they have a mini thunderstorm for about 10 minutes every day. You can count it like clockwork. It's usually around 1 o'clock. So everybody used to know, go get your lunch, get under an umbrella, wait for it to rain, and then run for whatever ride you want to go on, because there's going to be no line because it rained, and everybody who doesn't know it runs away and goes for shelter, or they leave. They're like, oh, it's raining, we gotta go home. Now it only lasts like 10 minutes. It'll completely wash you out, but it only lasts like 10 minutes. So I feel you. Yeah, they don't know what that kind of stuff is. They really don't. Heidi said, for the suggestion, I have tons of doTERRA peppermint oil and a deep blue salve stick that I use preemptively as well. Wasn't able to get up to get both because it started while sleeping. Yeah, that's the part that sucks. I don't mind if I'm getting a headache during the day and I can get ahead of it. But when you wake up with one that apparently, oh, I'm so sorry, has been kicking your ass all night long and you didn't know it, you're like, oh God, because there's no way of getting in front of it. And that's the kind of pain that you have to get to where you're like, all right, let me take the pain pill now before the real pain hits. Otherwise, it just keeps looping and looping and looping, and you just can't end it. I know. I feel for you, honey. I'm sorry. They're not used to the rain that happens around these parts. Oh, yeah. I don't know. That happened to me when I went to Florida because I wasn't used to lightning that was everywhere. Like in Jersey, we have lightning storms, but it stays, it hits the highest buildings because they all have lightning rods. That's why they have the antennas like they all have spires on the top so that they take the lightning and not the ground. And unless you went to like South Jersey, you really didn't have like fields or whatever where kids played. And it was just lightning wasn't dangerous. It was pretty and it was always distant. Like the closest I had was at one point it lightning struck a tree in the courtyard of my apartment building. And I was at the window at the time. And I've never jumped back so quickly or so far in my life. But I did. I did a huge spring backward. Like I went a good like 6, 7 feet. Scared the crap out of me. Set the tree on fire and everything. That was the closest. But that was years and years. I was an adult at that point. But when we went to Florida when I was a kid, we were out. It was me, my dad, my mom, and my father's parents, my two grandparents. And we went to this store because he wanted a little keyboard to buy for his father. It was a little Casio, like maybe like a foot and a half, 2 feet long, but lightweight because he had a big one, but he said that it was, it was hard to, bring to like the little senior citizen things that they would do. And he's like, I only need a little one. So we went looking, and this was not, like it is today. Like you just go, there's all these electronic. This was very limited electronic range because you're talking like 1986, 87. It was 1987 because I was 13. And we go to this store and it's this giant parking lot and there's like nobody parked. And they're all right, whatever. We park the Jeep, we go in the store. Lightning starts, the lights start flickering. And I'm like, okay. We only ever dealt with power outages down the shore, right? Because Hoboken was on a grid and whatever that was protected. It was fine. Down the shore was something completely different. And they never let me outside when it was thundering and lightning down the shore because it was dangerous. So I never got to see it. So I had nothing to compare it to. So we're inside and everything's flickering in this big like warehouse, whatever. I think it was like a PC Richards or whatever. And I was getting a little nervous. And Daddy was like, all right. He was like, I found it. He paid for it. We're going to go. We go to walk out into the parking lot. We're walking through. I'm maybe 10 feet from the Jeep. And there were like 6 lightning strikes out of nowhere. And one hit a tree, another hit the ground. And I was like, oh my God. I was terrified. For years, I was scared of lightning. For like 10 years, I was scared of lightning. And then just, I don't know, one of my exes made a big deal of the fact that I was scared of lightning. And he was like, oh, I'll protect you. And that pissed me off. Because even after we broke up, like, if there was a storm out, he would show up at my house. And he even showed up at the condo. And he was like, oh, the lightning's really bad. I thought I'd come and, make sure you're okay and, make you feel safe. I was like, when have you ever made me feel safe? I was like, all you're doing is distracting me with the aggravation of you thinking I need you to fucking rescue me. After that, I was determined. I was like, nope, I'm not going to be afraid of lightning anymore. It's not going to do nothing to me. I don't care. And then I moved to Kansas and was running out in tornado weather. So, you know me, one extreme or the other. But I got over my fear. I love lightning. It's very energizing. But yeah, a lot of people, they don't take into account the weather that they're moving to. And they're like, it's just rain. No. No, it's different. It's different. Snipperoonie's always sweet. Danielle said, my son just got a car. Oh my goodness. I'm teaching him everything I know, which isn't much. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to teach Connor. I'm going to have to hire somebody to do that because no. Just no. I'm not signing myself up for that heartache. It's nope. I heard the numbers, but wasn't with my PC. Yeah, I started having panic attack. It worked really well. It did. It did because I went right beyond that. And I was like, yeah, they're all yelling. I don't give a fuck. I'm just reading. Aw. Hi, Danielle. I got a text from Danielle. I got a text from some dude, Alex, in Hoboken, that my neighbor, remember the neighbor that used to come by and he was real loud and real opinionated. It was like, oh, great. He was like, just wondering about you and your family. No, don't start calling me. I hope his wife's okay. That's the only thing I care about. Um, what an exciting time at Danielle, as nerve wracking as it is, right? It's like his next step into manhood. That's so exciting. It really is. Oh, I'm so happy. But yeah, like Connor's gonna have to do the driving school thing because no, like I can't. I remember what it was like being taught how to drive, and it was nerve wracking. Like my mother and I argued the entire time, every single time we got in the car. I still don't like driving with her in the car because she does the thing, and I'm like, "What?" And she's like, "Oh, that car was good. That car is way the fuck over there." Like my spatial reasoning is a lot better than yours. Stop it. Like, stop it. Oh my god, the alarmist. That was one thing. My ex-husband was like, he goes, "I don't mind driving with you all the time." I was like, "Why?" He's like, "Because you don't react." Only once when he almost killed us, I went and I stomped on, and he was like, "The brake don't work on it." So I was like, "No shit." I was like, "What is wrong with you?" Because I really think he was just trying to kill us. Um, but yeah, for the most part, I just sit there and I just sing the songs on the radio. Or I hand you your drink, or I light your cigarette, or I hand you a sandwich, and I'm just do 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 do. Look how pretty! Like I'm not worried about you being a road rager or none of like that's you. I'm not gonna add to that shit. Like I don't like to backseat drive, but I am that person that'll frustrate you when they're like, I don't see the exit. You passed it about 10 minutes ago. Why didn't you tell me? You didn't ask. Like I figured you knew where you were going. I thought maybe you knew a new way to get there. I wasn't going to say nothing. But I've been looking for the exit. The exits are literally numbered. If you pass the number, you pass the exit. Common sense would have said it's back there. It's back there. You missed it. I thought it was up ahead. No, descending, ascending. That's how those numbers work. They're not random. If you were supposed to get off on exit 7, and you have read exit 8 and then 9 and then 10, 7 doesn't come after those numbers, it comes before it, which means you passed it and you got to go back. Well, how do I go back? Well, you pull off and you get on the other side of the highway, go all the way back to before the exit, and get off again and get back on the right side. That's a lot of work. Should have paid attention to the exits to begin with. Like, I'm not having that argument. I'm not going to be the one, oh, the exit's coming up. No, I'm not Horseshack. Like, it's not going to happen. But yeah, no, I can't teach my son how to drive. No, you want to talk about, I will throw myself out of the moving car. There's no way. No way. So sorry. And you said, I've also heard of this one. Not sure if you saw this one. Pick things from your senses. 1 thing you can hear, 2 things you can smell, 3 things you can feel, and 4 things you can see. That I know won't work for me. I think it would work for quite a few people because it's distracting. She said you could add taste, but one would have to be one almost always. Yeah. I mean, you're not going to shove like 18 things in your mouth and be like, what do I taste today? For me, when I get the panic, I need to shut down my senses because I go into sensory overload. I am literally hypersensitive to everything. That's why when I have a panic attack, you can't touch me. Don't talk to me. Don't crowd me. Don't like try to like spray me, because I had somebody actually spray me with water once. They were like, "Oh, it's supposed to like pep you up." Bitch, when I am done having this panic attack, I'm gonna drown you in a bucket of that fucking water. Like, don't do, because I'm just like, and then it's too much. Because when I get a panic attack, I start shutting things down so that I can try to like minimize the area that's bothering me, that's flaring up, because it's usually my chest and my upper arms, and my shoulders reach my ears because I tense up so bad, and then I start like, I feel like I'm going to die, so I have to concentrate on relaxing all those muscles, which means I can't be aware of anything going on around me because I'm more focused on what's going on inside. So it's just like, ugh. So if you touch me, I don't see you coming. I react very badly. I mean, I literally, I had a panic attack once, and Vic came up to me and put his hand on my shoulder. I didn't know he was in the room. I didn't know he was behind me. I didn't know he was going to touch me. And I took him and I flung him straight across that classroom. And he landed and got up and said, my bad. I should have known better. Like, I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Because now I have a panic attack and I feel guilty and now I'm really crying. So it was just like, I was like, don't ever touch me when I'm like that. And he was like, I was hoping to bring you out of it. I was like, no, only I can bring me out of that. Like, I insulated for a reason. But yeah, that one wouldn't work for me. But the numbers one did a good job. I got to remember that one. That did work because it made my brain focus on something else. That's the problem. My brain being overzealous in anticipating things. And so it just keeps jumping to worst case scenario, worst case. Like if somebody raises their voice, my brain goes, oh, they're going to jail and they're going to die there. They're going to murder somebody. Blah, blah, blah. Like that's where my brain goes. And I'm just like, come back from Fantasyland because that's not going to happen. But it could. It's that, but it could happen that kills me because I can't argue with it because it is a possibility. It's a genuine possibility and I don't want to go there. Biggest challenge is teaching him how to judge distance. Oh, yeah. When to step on the brake. Like, you want to tell them don't ride their ass, but don't be all the way back. Like, you got to keep up with the flow of traffic. You got to start stopping before you get to the point you want to stop. That was my sister Elizabeth. She did not stop well. When she drove, instead of slowly stepping on the brake, or at least taking your foot off the gas so you slow down, like instead of slowly pressing the brake, she would just stomp on it. And so everybody would, it was like Harry Potter with the night bus. Like everybody flew forward and bam. It was, you know how many freaking black and blues I got on my neck from the seatbelt in her freaking car, being in the front because she was stopping, boom, and it was like, yeah, it chokes you. I had one cut me actually because it was so like it was just a bad cheap seatbelt. But yeah, it cut into my collarbone. I was like, what the fuck? But yeah, she was definitely a brake stomper. I hate that. It was like slow down from where I can't tell. 2 car lengths. You know what 2 cars look like? Yeah. So start slowing down 2 car lengths behind in the city because otherwise you're going to run out of room, run out of time, and you're going to hit them. And that's your fault. You rear end somebody in Jersey, it is your fault automatically. You do not pass go, do not collect, $500. Like it's your fault. You are paying, your insurance is paying for that. That's the other thing. Everybody was talking about the Tesla stuff. Now, one, I don't see the point of fucking with the Teslas. I really don't. These were people who everything's got to be electric because carbon footprint and blah, 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 blah. And, you're gas guzzlers and electric is the way to go. And yet you're actually taking electric cars and setting them on fire. Like, I don't get it. And it's just like, all right. But the whole thing with that, they're like, oh, well, I'm going to set all these on fire to hurt Elon. Elon already sold the car. You're hurting the person that bought it. The person who you told to buy it so they would be environmentally, self-righteous and conscious. Like they did what you said and then you went and punished them for it because you had a wild hair up your ass about Elon. You didn't punish Elon. You punished that person. Oh, well, we set the Tesla, dealership on fire. But they have insurance. Yes, they have insurance. Everybody has insurance. Do you know how insurance works? 1, you got to jump through a million freaking hoops to get the money. And 2, once you use your insurance, all your premiums, if they give you coverage again, go way the fuck up. So now you're paying 2-3 times what you normally would pay for insurance. So you just keep paying out and paying out. Insurance is the thing that it's like putting money into a bucket that you don't know if somebody's going to take your bucket or you're going to get to use it. It doesn't matter because the money goes in there, can never come back out unless you have an accident. And even then they give you a hard time. It's your money. They don't care. It's whoever has possession of the money at the time. So for me, insurance is a huge gamble. It really is. Because you could go your whole life without ever getting into a car accident. Never need auto insurance. And then you look back and you're like, I paid more in auto insurance than I paid for even one of those cars. Like, it's ridiculous because you're just throwing money away. Just in case, just in case. Oh, all right. And then you wind up not being covered for anything anyway. It's a big thing for me. It's just a sign that it's a trigger for me. Unlike you, jail is still an option. Shani Graham, jail is always an option for me, and I don't like orange. That's the only thing that keeps me out of jail. Okay? Because am I capable? I absolutely am capable. Push that wrong button. It'll happen. But, glabella is the spot between your eyebrows above your nose. Oh, all right. Okay. So you rub what there? Because, that could be weird. I'm just saying. Oh, my mind went to a really dirty place. I'm not going to take you with me. And you said, I'm glad you're feeling better, Heidi. Yes, we all are very glad our Heidi's feeling better. I don't like when she's not up to snuff. You could always tell, but I couldn't tell yesterday because I was feeling like a pile of dog shit. But the reason the telephone poles are important is because they're normally 125 feet in the city, but out here they're 300 feet apart. So if the damn fire truck says stay 500 feet, that's 4 telephone poles back. See, that never bothered me. Like, it never came into question because if I see 500 feet back, I know what 500 feet looks like. I don't need to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, I know that there are people out here that do that or whatever. But I grew up around the fire truck. So it was just like, all right, they're there. I stay behind a block. That's all. And you don't want to go on the block that has the fire truck anyway, because you're going to get stuck behind the fire truck. So if I see a fire truck, oh God, which way does that street before them turn? I'll just go that way and I'll go around. It's fine. Like, it's fine. Good afternoon, T-Rex. Good afternoon. Glabella in humans is the area of skin between the eyebrows and above the nose. The term also refers to the underlying bone that is slightly depressed. Tell it a joke. Cheer it up. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. They would get you out of jail as soon as they could, Chetty. Yes, they would. Yes, they would. Rexy's here. Yes, he is. Kitty litter was great in our shot, right? That's what we always used. That was the go-to. On mobile can tag, but type slow. There you go, Heidi. Take your time. There's no need for anything today, really. It's a very meh kind of day. Cali also gets them in the summer, primarily immediately followed by a flood because our land won't suck any of the water up. Yep, I know how that is. I had 4 feet of water in my backyard because of a gully washer. Yep, we used to get that in the backyard in Hoboken. Because my grandfather built a 2-level backyard because he wanted to get into the crawl space into the basement. But the house, he wanted to have a backyard. So how do you do both? Well, you build steps and you make a bi-level backyard. So that's what we had. But unfortunately, the lower part of the yard had a drain in it that he had installed to take away the rainwater. And it had a plug. Now, if you didn't take the plug out, the water didn't go down. And we would get massive rainstorms. And my grandma would say, like 10 minutes in, oh, Jesus Christ almighty, I didn't take the plug out of the drain. So guess who had to go and wade into the freaking water up to her knees and open this sewer grate and stick her hand down in the thing and pull the plug out and then close the sewer grate and then have like all the water go whoosh. Always fun. Always fun. But that used to happen all the time because we didn't pay attention to the weather. If you say, oh, what's the weather? It's sunny out. Oh, like that was it. I didn't have it on a phone. Like you had to wait till like 12 o'clock to see the news to see what the weather was going to be. By that time, you're already out in it. But yeah, that used to drive me crazy. The flood in the backyard all the time. My mother did that when they had to change the pool lining because the pool lining had broken. We had an above ground pool. So they drained it all into the lower backyard, and nobody remembered to take the plug out. And then they start calling me Michelle because why would any of them go into that water? Send me, sure. That was always me when I was a kid. I was the errand girl. I would send her into the flood thing to take the plug out. Send her into the backyard. There's something in the backyard. I don't know what it is. Go send the baby out to go see what it is. The phone rings. I had to answer it. The bell rings. I had to. You could have been standing right next to it. Nope. Don't touch it. Michelle's got to get. Okay, fine, whatever. Even the damn dog used to come and bark at me to go answer. I'm like, I know, I hear it. Like, don't you give me orders. I could have been sleeping. No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Uh, it's just an intermittent part of life for most of mine. I'm better now. Oh, the migraines, yeah, yeah. They don't go away. They just sometimes they take a like year vacation or whatever. Depends on what you eat too a lot. I think mine are always hormonal driven. So like when it gets to be that time, I know I'm gonna get a migraine. That sucks. I don't get stress migraines. I don't usually only get hormonal migraines. That's why when I get one, I'm like, ah, crap, it's that time again. Damn it, didn't I just go through this? Shenny said, ex-employer moved to Tennessee. Idiots don't know how to be concerned about tornadoes. They think, you know why? Because most people think Tennessee, they think like East Coast. They think it's like a shore, like a shoreline kind of state. There's a little bit of it, but no, most of it, no. It's not like Jersey that like the whole half of Jersey is all shoreline. It's not like, Maryland and Delaware. No, like you have to deal with tornadoes. Why is everybody fucking yelling in this house? I don't understand it. I called to tell them Ryan Hall Save One is on the way. No clue where to go. How do people do that? How do you move to a place and not know where your basic like your safe rooms are? If you move to California, you got to have a space where you could stand in a doorway or whatever, in case of a bad earthquake. You know that there are shelters. You got to know where they are. Same way if you live in New York, you got to know where like fallout shelters are. You have to know, are the subways going to run? Are the buses going to run? Are there snow routes? Are there rain routes? Like what do you do when the power goes out? How do you do you have to turn this off? Do you have to A lot of people don't know to keep the fucking refrigerator closed during a power outage. They're like, but why? You got to get rid of all that food. No, just leave it closed. Unless the power is going to be out for days, leave it closed and let the cold air stay in there and just don't touch it. Well, I got to check that it's so. No, you're just letting the cold air out. Stop it. Like, I don't understand. They're like, oh, I lost all the food. Why? You didn't lose any? No, everything's fine. Everything was still cold when the power came back on. Oh, no, everything was spoiled. How many times did you open the door? Oh, a couple. That's why it was spoiled. Like, they just don't understand. Like, the survival instincts aren't there. They're just not. Terry said, my mom used to say the same thing to me, Shelly, until I became a truck driver. What, that you couldn't drive? Or that what? What did she say to you? Dude, I'm like 15 minutes behind, so I don't know what she said to you because I don't know what I said. So tell me, please. Thank you. Last said, yeah, I've been through 3 tornadoes. They're real around here, but most don't worry about it till it's too late. It's true. It is very true. I was very on the ball about it when I moved to Kansas. I even asked them, I was like, do we have a place to go? She was like, in every one of your bathrooms, like the master bathroom, there's a special closet. And in every kitchen, there's a recessed pantry closet. And they're put toward the middle of the apartment. Like they're more centered. So you have space to get in them, and you could fit like 2 people in the one in the bathroom. And you could honestly fit 3 people in the one in the kitchen. But they had latches on the insides of the doors so that you could close it and it wouldn't whip open. And they were always behind the door that opened into the room. So if you opened the door that to the room and like kept it open behind the door that you just closed yourself behind, then you had double like protection, I guess you would say, from the wind. But yeah, I made sure. But I just used to put her in the bathtub in my room, and I'd lay down a quilt, put her on the quilt, give her some pillows, give her another blanket. She got the dog, the cat, the bird, a radio, a flashlight, a snack, and a thing of water. And it was just like, there you go. I'm going out to see where the tornado is. And she'd be like, all right, don't fly away. No, my broom's in the shop. I'm like that. 2T3 as a passenger unless they ask me to navigate with the GPS. I refuse. I refuse to navigate with the GPS. I'm like, you're either going to listen in my directions or that direction. Like I used to tell my taxi drivers or my Uber drivers, I'd be like, why do you pay attention to that? That gives you the worst way to go. It gives like, oh, but this is the shortest. No, it's not. No, it's not. Because I know all the back roads. I can get us there in 3 minutes. That's going to take us 20. And either way, you're still getting the same thing. So you want to use the gas or you want to not use the gas? All right, we'll go your way. All right, good. Just take a left. Can't. Oh, you can't cut through parking lots. The fuck you can't. I mean, this was a road before they put a Target here. Like, stop it. Otherwise, they may go all the way around. It was crazy. My anxiety will flare up when I'm at work. Everything about that place dims my light. Then you need to not work there, girl. Look for something else. If you're working in a place that gives you anxiety, then maybe it's time to like look somewhere else. Why would you put yourself through that? I mean, I get it. My job used to give me horrible anxiety. That last like 2-3 years. But I think it's because I had so many of the nonverbal sped kids that would just scream and scream all day that my senses were shot. Like it was just way too much input from these kids. And it was just, constantly putting out fires. There was no relaxation and there was no reward. Because administration made it so hard to do my job. They weren't enjoying being in school. I couldn't teach them anything because I had to follow all these stupid, have them write a paragraph about this picture. They're 5 and autistic. They don't speak. They can't write their name. They're still eating their shoes. And you want them to write a paragraph at 5? Like, that's not developmentally appropriate. And I can't. Like, it's just, ugh. That's why these kids hate school. Because they don't have a great foundation in it. Because they're pushed to do too much too early. And they don't realize that learning can be a lot of fun. It's all just pressure. And then they fall behind and nobody helps catch them up. So now they stay behind. Now they feel stupid. And now their self-confidence is gone. They don't want to go. I mean, they're shooting these kids in the feet like crazy. But I'm sorry you feel anxiety at work, honey. I wish there was something you could do to alleviate that. But punching people is still, unfortunately, illegal. And I know that would help. I do. I know it would help. The sensory overload is real here, too. If I get a certain way, I can't be touched or talked to either. Just leave me be to stim or if I need a hug or a talk, I'll let you know. That's right, Heidi. Like, I'll give you the high side. I'll say, I need a hug. That's what my son waits for because he's like, he just watches me. I'm like, I need a hug. He's okay. And he runs right over. But otherwise, he's just like, don't touch her. Don't touch her. Because he knows that I'll fall apart. You'll just make it worse. Oh, that's a shame because you have a beautiful light. She does have a beautiful light. Danielle is a very sweet, light person. So I don't like the fact that anybody's stressing her out. That's why I'm like, run, get away from it. Don't do it. T-Rex said, imagine having to figure out how to stop a vehicle that can weigh anywhere between 28,000 pounds and 80,000 pounds. And it's different day to day. It's annoying. Yeah, I know. That's the thing. I never liked driving anything where I had to have like a trailer or whatever, because it's really hard to adjust for that added weight when you have to stop. Pulling is no problem. Like acceleration is not a problem. You figure out, okay, it's pulling me back like a certain, I got to put a little bit more pressure, give it a little bit more gas. But the stopping, you're like, okay, you try to go slow. It doesn't matter. It's still going to make a weird, loud noise or push your car forward a little bit. Yeah, that's nerve wracking. I do not envy you in that respect. Snipperoni said, I have some strange things that can trigger me right now. I was talking to somebody and Kid Rock came up. Because I had talked about Kid Rock with somebody else, that memory came back in a second. Yeah, I know. There's an Ed Sheeran song called Perfect. And I loved this song. And then somebody attributed this song to a situation that we were in, and it did not end well. And now every time I hear the song, I literally freeze. It almost paralyzes me where I have to be like, nope, gotta turn it off. Like, because it's so much of a trigger. And it's not something I can work through. It's just something that has to just be forgotten about over time. But yeah, I totally get that. I do. And that sucks, especially when it's something that you really enjoy and now somebody just shit all over it for you. The funny part was Winning was teasing me about this the other day, but then I was in the living room with my mother and we fixed the radio. The radio station was playing and all these awesome songs were on. And then all of a sudden I hear, I swear. I was like, oh no. And my daughter's like, what? I said, if your father was here, he'd be crying. He goes, why? I said, that was supposedly our song. I didn't pick it. I was like, he picked that song. I said, but he stopped dead in the middle of the mall when it came on the PA system and started crying. And his wife was like, what is wrong? He was like, I miss Michelle. That was our song. I was like, how would you say that to your wife? And you think she's not going to stab you in your sleep? Like, really? Because if she did, I'd be like, I feel that was justified, Your Honor. Like, he's stupid. Like, he needed to go anyway. Like, it's just, there's certain stupid that should never leave your brain. That's one of those stupid statements that's an inside thought. It's an inside thought. Keep it inside your brain. But yeah, no, that happens. There are triggers, but that was a funny one. She was like, what do you mean he cried? I was like, he cried. It's Michelle. Oh, I miss you too with every bullet so far. Danielle said, at last, thank you. I genuinely don't recognize myself when I'm there. It's weird and painful. Looking for something else, though. Good. There's going to be something out there for you. There will be. Have faith. You'll find it. And it'll feel right. Danielle, sorry, work does that to you. Time to find other work. Yep, definitely fine. Definitely time. Definitely. I'm getting very like Rain Man today. I bet that's T-Rex. I couldn't do that line of work. My anxiety would be through the roof. Yeah, no, I couldn't. Like, I like driving like big trucks, but not that big. Like, no. Like Suburban. A Suburban is a good truck for me. I feel very powerful in a Suburban. Even like what is it? What was that Lander? Whatever. Not a Rove Lander, because that's a frou-frou truck. I forget. But they were like the big black trucks, like typical like Fed SUVs. That's fine. I like those. That place brings out the worst of me. I'm antisocial, vague, and just agitated. I think I'm just burned out. Burnout happens. And it happens, unfortunately, you don't notice until after it's happened. That's the problem with burnout. Because you don't see it coming. You just like, oh, I'm just overly tired. You make excuses. I'm just overly tired today. Today was a hectic day. I'll be fine. Tomorrow will be better. Da-da-da. And then you're burned out and you're just done. And it's like, oh, I guess I should have seen that coming. It does stink when you feel like you don't know yourself. I had that earlier this year. For several days, I really believed I had a monster inside me. Had to do my affirmations. a snipperoni. It's hard when other people are constantly making you feel a certain way about yourself. It gets very difficult to see who you really are. So yeah, you have to stop sometimes and just do the self-reflection and go, you know what? They're all saying this. Fuck them. What about all this stuff? Like, make the pros and cons list. The things they say are negative on one side and things you know to be positive on the other, and see how much more you have in that column. And don't be a dick and make sure that you put more in the con column than the pro column, because I know people who do that on purpose. Don't do that. Like, there's so much. I don't know how to hammer it home. I really don't. There's so much good in people that they don't see. Something fell. Um, Listen, something fell and somebody laughed, so I don't care. Or at least I'm trying not to care, but my heart is like racing. 15, 36, 42, 112, 185, 467, 1,092. It does really work. It does it reroutes my brain. So that does help. All right. So, well, we found something. Add that to the arsenal of tools. Shenny said, I look good in orange. Damn it. You look good. I hate orange. I don't look good in orange. I mean, I probably do, but no, I don't want to be in orange. That's just bad memories. But yes, Snips, like, I wish I could make people see the good that I see in them. I really do. And I'm pretty sure that they want to hit me over the head with the same kind of thing. Because you could say as many wonderful things as you want about me. I'm not going to believe them. They're nice to hear. They are. I need to hear them. But do I believe them? No. No. Because I'm like, they're just saying that. Oh, that's because they don't have to live with me, or they don't know that, like me 24/7, because they only have to deal with me like in little bits and pieces. It could never just be, no, they legitimately see you that way. I mean, I legitimately see you guys all different kinds of ways, and I know you all so well. So well, despite the fact that we don't spend that much time together and we've never met face to face. Like, I still know you guys. I know your patterns. I know, like, your needs. I know, like, your weaknesses, your strengths. I know the wonderful things about you. I know the not so wonderful things about you. And I keep all that in the little file effects in my head, because I have to know, like, when something is off, I want to know what I can do to make it better. What's going on? What do you need? Do you need to talk? Do you need help? Do you need this? Do you need that? Because people are so reluctant to reach out and say, I need help. I tried telling my son the other day, if you need help, it's not a weakness to need help. He just looked at me, and I was like, listen, I am the exception to the fucking rule. I was like, every time I've ever asked for help, I wound up needing to do double the job myself, because they didn't do it, or they disappointed me, or left in the middle, or I got blamed for needing help. So, like, I just rely on me. Now I have somebody to rely on, but I mean, he's not physically in front of me, so there's only so much he can do. There's only so much he can carry, and he carries whatever he can, but he's not here. I can't get, like the hugs. I can't get that physical presence behind me that gives me more courage to stand up for myself. I don't have that. Someday I hope to have that, but right now I don't. Right now I just have it's in spirit and in words and stuff like that. And he does as much as he can, and I wouldn't be here without it. But it's different. And my son doesn't understand that asking for help is not a weakness. I have your back. So he just lets me handle it, which is not good either, but whatever. I know I'm talking in circles. Just remember, in New York State, they wear green in prison. Okay, Florida, a lot of them wear blue, apparently. Because I have different pictures of Tommy. He's in orange, he's in green, he's in blue, he's in beige. It's like, oh, okay. Shani said, "Hey, little D, how you doing, girl? How you doing? Peppermint oil and the glabella. That just sounds dirty. I'm just saying for headaches or my it just sounds dirty. Warning to anybody who doesn't know what the glabella is, it is on your face, it's between your eyebrows, above your nose. Do not put it anywhere else. FYI, do not put peppermint oil anywhere else but your temples or up there or your wrists because it'll burn. Uh, I'm not saying that based on personal experience. That's just knowledge. Okay. It's just, trust me, it'll burn. It's only when I'm at work. Sometimes just comes over me and I'm just blank. The atmosphere and people are toxic. Yeah. It wears you down, honey. It really does. It wears you down to the point where you got nothing left to give to anybody who's deserving because you have all these people who are undeserving draining you of everything you've got. And when you're at work, there's very little you can do to turn that off because you feel you have to perform at a certain level. So you have to deal with a certain amount. But yeah, hopefully it gets easier and hopefully you find something else that is more geared toward your mindset and your skills so that you don't feel like people are constantly like draining you. Snipper said, sad to hear that. I hope you can find someplace more peaceful. Yes, that's what I was trying to get at. Well said. Heidi said, last I read headache as heartache, then headache. Well, sometimes it's a heartache. Sometimes it's a soft ache. Sometimes it's a piercing ache. You never know. Danielle said, so sorry I spelled your name wrong. And thank you. I may have a new job soon near the water. Oh, you'll love that. Near the water. I know that you'll love that. Yes, near water. I miss the ocean. I really do. I miss the ocean. If the ocean wasn't so damn freaking unpredictable, I would love to have a beach house, but that's the way you get washed out to sea. But I would love to live near the shoreline again. I miss seafood. To be perfectly honest, I miss the salt water in the air. That smell. It's just the shoreline is just a certain kind of smell. I miss that beachy smell. I miss being able to go fishing. I miss being able to go to seafood restaurants because there's like none out here. And it's not real seafood anyway. It's all frozen shit. It's like, oh, God. What I wouldn't give for like fresh crab or, oh, God. But yeah, being near the water, it does a lot for your mental state. It really does. If you're a water person, I tend to be a water person. I would live in the water if you let me. I really would. I would just swim all day, all night. I would never stop. You would think, but my Froggy and I would beg to differ. They take folk like us as a challenge. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Challenge? No, not you. Yeah, no. Shani is she's so even keeled. No temper, no opinions, no nothing. Just like me. Very, yeah. Oh, yeah, sure. So easy going, girl. Danielle said it takes strength to confront that inner monster. It does. I've definitely had that encounter too, more than once. Yep. Do not stand in doorway if EQ hit. If a earthquake hits, girl, you'll get smacked hard by the door. Well, I don't plan on going anywhere where there's an earthquake. I was upset enough sitting in my recliner in Jersey when we had the earthquake. I was actually live, if y'all remember it. Whoever was there, I was like, oh my God, what? Oh my God, we're having an earthquake. Oh my God, we're having an earthquake. I was so upset. I was upset and yet excited. I was like, oh my God, everything's shaking. My whole building's shaking. What the fuck? Like, because we'd never had one. And then we had like 3 in a row. And it was like, oh my goodness. And all of you out in California were like, that was a baby earthquake. Yes, but Jersey doesn't get them. So it was new to us. Let me send you one of our mini blizzards and see how you deal. Like, could you imagine if California, like all the sunny parts that never see snow, just got hit with a Jersey storm, like a nor'easter, where it dumps 3 feet of snow in about, I don't know, 6 hours, and you ain't going nowhere, and your pipes are frozen, and like you got snow up to like halfway past your living room windows and shit. Can't get out the front door, can't get out the back door, can't walk the dog. And all you have in your freaking house is like bread, milk, and eggs because everybody eats French toast. Like, it's just, I would love to see some Californians just deal with a blizzard just once. I think it would be hilarious. Especially when they go running out saying, "Oh, I'm going to play in the snow." Yeah, huh? You're going to get frostbite is what you're going to get. And pneumonia. Welcome. Welcome, because we know how to dress for it. You're going out in like shorts and flip-flops in the snow. You didn't need those toes anyway. It's fine. You'll get smacked hard, get down into a void behind the back of a sofa. Oh, all right. Not bad. That's like in a tornado, they used to say, get in the bathtub and pull a mattress over you. I was like, okay. And what happens when it pulls the mattress up and then it's like, what the fuck? I think a lot of these safety precautions are just made up shit. They're just made up to make us feel like we have any control in that kind of situation. Like, if you're not in an actual fact shelter, you're pretty much just winging it. It's like you have about as much, like hope as just a prayer. Like, you pray really, really hard and hold on to your ass. I hope you land somewhere soft. Damn it, I'm out of water. Your monsters, welcome with ours. Aw. Alrighty, let's see. With all the hurricanes in Florida, we get awfully creative with doing stuff without power. Long walks mostly, and lots of complaining. We are spoiled. Nice. Shelly without the second E. Hi. In 3 hours and 22 minutes. No. Ha. I'm only 21 minutes behind. Hi, Heidi ho. GPS only for long road trips. Yeah. Even then, I prefer a map. I just do. I don't like something yelling instructions at me. Like, just I figure out the directions, I write them down, and that's it. And if I really need the map, then I pull the map out. Who has not had, I mean, my visor in my truck, in my minivan, I had elastic bands on the visor so that I could continue, like, always put directions up there. So it was like, to get to this place, put the direction, get to this place, put the direction up there. So I had, like, it looked like grocery lists. No, they were all directions to places. Especially like at home. I didn't know any of the highway numbers or road signs or whatever, because we didn't give directions like that. GPS could say, go to 33 and take a right. And where's 33? My grandfather was said, go to the diner that's all mirrors on the outside. You know where that is. It's kind of off 17. There's like a Sonic on this side and a, like a Costco on this side. And then you reach the diner that has all the mirrors on the outside. There's a fork in the road. Don't go toward the movie theater. Go toward the Big Lots. And that's how we gave directions, because that makes sense. Like, don't just give me numbers, because now I'm looking for numbers. It's a lot harder to find the numbers on random fucking signs than it is to find a giant Big Lots or a giant mirrored diner. Like, we gave directions based on landmarks. That's what we always did. But that doesn't equate to 10 years down the road when you're trying to send somebody there and that those buildings aren't there anymore. They're like, there's nothing. I don't see that. Well, do you see this yet? It's right next to it. No, that's like a Newman's Leather or whatever. I'm like, oh. Well, I guess they replaced it. Like, it's like, oh, well. And then you have to you have to learn to give new directions. Danielle said, I think I stay at my job for the sake of comfort, because you know how to do the job. But nothing about it is comfortable. I may have a new job soon. I hope so. Asante sana, squash banana, nee. I hope you get the new job. Who's pushing them? Push. Hi. Everything all good?
Yeah.
What's this?
I have no idea.
Oh, these are Katie's tennis balls for her walker.
Oh.
Por favor. Muchas gracias.
Where do I put it?
Just give them to Katie.
All right.
or put them on the kitchen table. Thank you. Apparently, he was outside. He went and got the mail. Look at that. Connor was doing something helpful. Oh, now Katie's all happy because she got new tennis balls for the walker. She goes through tennis balls every 3 months. I don't get it. I really don't. Because I had them on the chairs in kindergarten for like years and they didn't wear out. She wears through these. She puts so much pressure on that walker when she's walking. My mom was like, "Oh, you're gonna get tired of buying them." Nope. As long as she's using the walker, I don't give a shit. It's a hell of a lot better than her using the damn wheelchair, which they left on the sidewalk in Hoboken because they were like, she doesn't need it, and they just left it there. And I could kill my son and my brother for doing it. I was like, do you know how much that wheelchair cost me? Oh, you didn't get it with insurance? No, I paid cash for that. Like, that would have been nice to have as an emergency, like, because I don't let her use it. She only uses it for long distances, and now we don't have it. So thank you. But yeah, they were like, no, she doesn't need it, and just left it. They just left it on the sidewalk, put Katie in the car, and everybody drove off, and nobody said, hey, this is big ass wheelchair on the sidewalk. Nope. Breathe, deep breaths. Danielle, I've already given you all my job counseling. My counseling is fuck that job. I stayed at so many jobs that made me miserable. And for what? Because they didn't appreciate me. Once I was gone, I was gone. They didn't give me a second thought. Didn't matter how good I was at my job. I was expendable. You will always be expendable to someone else. You got to invest in you. That's why I don't want to work for anybody. I just rather work for myself because at least, if I show up, I show up. If I don't, I don't. I'm not letting anybody down but myself. Hope you have a new job that's a good fit and treats you right. You deserve better, hon. You absolutely do. You and everybody else. Unfortunately, I don't listen. I didn't say, she said I didn't listen. I'm just going to change the tense of that to I don't listen. Because you don't listen. None of us do because we're women and we don't. Let's face it. I have an interview tomorrow, hopefully. Hopefully. Cross my fingers. Two. Good luck. Don't break a leg. That's show business. That song triggers me too. Perfect. Yeah. Okay. I can't. Something about that song. As soon as I found a lot, I'm like, oh, everything tenses up and I can't do anything. I'm useless. Best luck on interview. Yep. Soon, not so, Danielle. Typos are doing, the autocorrect thing. Yeah, the other day I sent a text to T-Rex and I said, all I put was the, and I kept going with the sentence and it somehow came up with the name Teresa, but it didn't show me the name Teresa until I hit send and then it changed it to Teresa. And I was like, who the fuck is Teresa? And why am I telling her this shit? And he was like, who's Teresa? I was like, I don't know. Fucking autocorrect on the iPhone is terrible. Jesus. It just makes things up. It wants to have a whole different conversation. But yet if I write the word fuck, it goes through like nothing. If I write duck, it changes it to fuck. I'm like, really? You don't know me like that. Thinks it can predetermine what I'm going to say. Hopefully I get it. It's next to the water. Yeah, I would love to have something next to the water. Same place as last year. Mm-hmm. But I actually connected with the hiring manager. Just got to make sure they have days available. Oh, that's cool. That's very cool. That makes so much sense now that you said about burnout. Yep. Because you don't know it until it actually happens. And then you're beyond help. You got to literally like stop, backtrack, and you have to heal as you're going back and heal as you're going back. That's when you withdraw from everything. That's when the apathy kicks in because you don't have any energy to care about anything. And you're just like, you think it's you. It's not you. It's just that your reserves are gone. You don't have the reserve tank left. That shit is long gone. You burned that candle at both ends and now you're stuck with burning fingers in the middle. Like, yeah, there's no way to do that and know about it ahead of time. I mean, there are people who can, but those are people who are like hyper self-aware, like too much. It's like, You're too self-aware. The only time I've had a true panic attack happened about 7 weeks ago when my brother called me and told me that my dad was having a massive heart attack and collapsed in the kitchen. Yeah, that'd do it. That'd do it. I don't see how you could not have a massive panic attack. Except that kind of thing doesn't cause one for me. I'm the opposite. In a crisis like that, in a health crisis, I become very, very calm. I become very methodical. And every single thing I do has a purpose working toward, like the resolution, like to deal with the crisis at hand. Once the crisis is over, however, that's when the panic attack hits. And that's when I just, and I'm useless. Like, but only once the danger is gone. Because if I don't step up, nobody's gonna. That's just the reality of it all. T3 hammered into your head, hun, preaching to the choir, as it were. I know. T-Rex said I was 3.5 hours away and driving a semi-truck, and I have a minor panic attack the whole drive home. I'm just really thankful I work for a halfway decent company. I'm sure they'd love to hear them described that way. Halfway decent company, but let me drop the load at the nearest drop yard and drive straight home, no questions asked. And I have pretty good friends like Farrell and Angie and my cousin to talk to on the phone the whole drive, even in the middle of the night. Bafangul, like I wasn't there for you? Thanks a lot, T-Rex. But that's all right. I'll remember that. Next time, you're going straight to voicemail. No more text. Time to block T-Rex. I'm just fucking with you. Mother trucker. Yeah, you're preaching to the quiet. That's good, T-Rex. Yep, at times like that, you find out just how good of friends and family you have. Yep, it's good when there are people who care. It's true because there are so many people here who send me DMs daily just to check in on me. And they're like, "Are you okay? Do you need anything? How you feeling today? How's everything going today?" And I'm good. I'm good. As long as I just I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm good. Then if I answer you, no matter what the answer is, as long as I'm typing, that means I'm here. That means I'm gonna be all right. It's just a rough patch. Some patches are rougher than others, but as long as I answer you in a timely fashion, then I'm fine. I will be fine. But it is good when there are people who care. It makes you feel better about yourself and your situation. You don't feel so alone. That's like the whole point of this channel is so people don't feel so alone. You don't have to feel weak because you hit a rough patch. You don't have to be negative about yourself just because you're going through something. Everybody goes through hell on a daily basis. Some days are more hellish than others. The happy times, they're not always, frequent. They're not always common, but that just makes them mean more. You hold on to them tighter. Danielle said, "Thank you, Shelly, for chatting, the advice and encouragement." You're welcome, honey. We love you. We're always here if you want to vent or ask for advice or just hang out and laugh, whatever. But you're worth a lot more than what you're allowing yourself to have. And it's time for you to level up. Your kid has all this potential. You still have potential. You have untapped potential because you let people keep you down. You let them keep you where they thought they could manage you. You're not so easily managed, and you should embrace that. That's a good quality, believe it or not. But I believe in you. You can do this. So good luck. I hope you get the job interview. I hope you get the job, and I hope you can tell all these people who are toxic as fuck to go fuck themselves. Shani said, "I lived on the boardwalk in Pacific Beach here in San Diego. Hated the salt. Why'd you hate the salt water? Oh my God, I love salt water. Just the smell of it in there. How do you know? Like it cleans out your sinuses and you just breathe better and your skin is better. Your hair takes a hit once in a while, but there's ways around that. But like your nails are better. I just love the seashore. I just do. I will always love the seashore between the calming of the waves and just watching it and seeing just how big it is. It makes everything that I go through just seem so minuscule and so petty because there's just so much out there. And nothing beats the sunset or sunrise at the beach. None of it. It's almost a religious experience. Um, Shani said, "See, we just kind of kick back, look around, and let our feet enjoy the earthquake." Hence, happy cows being my theme. I get snow at my house like every 5 years. There's snow, and then there's snow. Like I remember there being like 6 to 8 feet of snow in Jersey that we're just like, oh fuck, we ain't leaving till spring. Like, because it's just gonna be there forever. And you don't mind the snow when it's still white, but 3 days in, there's going to be like dirt and dog poop and urine and everything all over it. And it's just not pretty anymore. And then it gets, all over your boots and all over your pants, and you drag it in the house and you get yelled at. And it's just a pain in the ass. Send a nor'easter to California. Hell, hat frozen over. I mean, send it. Why not? Shit. I would love to see how they react to one of those. Give me a lake with a beach of sorts or an inlet and I'm good compared to salt water. I love the salt water. I mean, I just grew up that way. It never bothered me. It really never bothered me. That beach smell you speak so highly of, I think smells like nasty fish. Since living in a landlocked state, I am not a fan of the beach. I love water, but not sand. I can't with sand. Okay, Anakin. Like, I hate sand. It gets everywhere. See, sand never bothered me. We always had outside showers. So, like, I never trailed it into my house. It was never on my clothes. Like, you'd go to the beach. You take a shower before you left the beach because they have the stands there with the, you just pull the cord. You get everything out of your hair, whatever. You go home, go in the backyard. You hang up your wet towels on the line, and then you get into the shower and you just get everything off. You put on the clothes that you brought out because you always have clothes to change into. You go home in your bathing suit with a friggin' like a robe on top or like a coverall or just a long t-shirt, a sundress, whatever, something that you're going to throw in the friggin' laundry or put on the line. We went to the beach every day. Every day. I never saw sand in my aunt's house ever. Ever. Like, because we had the outside shower. And honestly, I preferred the outside shower because that meant I didn't have to clean the inside shower. It was great. It's not like it was cold water. It was hot water. And we had to look, we just run off into the grass and there you go. You're feeding the grass at the same time. So it was great. Sand never bothered me. It really never did. And I mean, I have pictures of me buried in the sand literally to my chin. They used to love doing that to me. Daddy used to be like, go ahead, you're hot, go ahead. He'd dig the hole, go ahead, get in. I'd get in, he'd pack it, and I'd literally just be a head above the sand. That's why when I see like the things on TV shows where the head is above the sand and they're torturing somebody, I'm like, that puts a whole different spin on my childhood. Like, because I thought it was enjoyable. It was fun. Just make sure nobody kicks me in the head. It's funny, I love the beach, but I won't step foot in the water. Sand is a pain. I agree. We will just stick to swimming pools, Danielle. Yeah, I mean, I prefer swimming pools for swimming because the ocean kind of bitchy. You just have to know how to swim in the ocean. When there's a riptide, don't go in the ocean. What is the undercurrent like? People are like, oh, that's such a fallacy. No, it's not. Go ahead. I'm just going to go into my ankles. Trust me, that bitch will rip you right off your feet. But go ahead, keep messing with the ocean. You see how big that bitch is? Like, have respect. Because she could be beautiful and she could crush you in a heartbeat. I grew up with wicked respect for the ocean. For water in general, because water is dangerous. It's a lot easier to dive with just a tiny bit of water than it is a tiny bit of fire. Did you know that? You could actually, if you get water behind your, what is it? Your symphoid bone, I think it is, in your nose. It can get trapped there and you can drown on that. Just a little like a teaspoon of water or less. You could actually drown if it gets stuck back there. That's why you all got to be careful with those damn neti pots, because that can go very wrong very quickly. Absolutely, Shelly. There's absolutely no voice direction when I'm driving. That shit is turned off. Yeah, I can look at the Jeep. Yeah, I hate, especially if you're listening to music. Why does she always cut off at the best part of the song? Always. It never fails. And then she takes forever to put the music back on, and now you've missed it. That nasty fish smell is the best whiff on earth. I ain't going there, Zach. I'm just not. The ocean never, like, maybe because of where I grew up, we just had really clean beaches, but we had constant moving water. There wasn't a whole lot of like fishing or whatever off our beaches. For that, you went to like the jetties, you went out. Like you had to walk all the freaking way out. They didn't do that by the swimmers. Like Jersey Shore was made for swimming. Like there are no boats pulling in on the beach or whatever. Like you get seriously like locked up for that shit. But there were areas, yeah, like Barnegat Lighthouse, that had a very fishy smell. But that also had a lot of sand flies. So you just didn't go there. Like Barnegat, we used to call that like the ghetto of down the shore because nobody wanted to go there. That's where Vic's house is. He calls it Barneghetto instead of Barnegat. But yeah, that always had a very heavy seafood kind of smell to it. Because that's where all the fishing was done. So it was like that makes sense. But like Manasquan, Asbury Park, Belmar, Point Pleasant, Seaside Heights, none of that had that smell. It was just salt air, hot dogs, and basically taffy, because they made a lot of taffy on our boardwalks. Not just sell it. They had the actual like taffy pullers, the things that they constantly like rotating and pulling to. Oh, I used to sit there for hours when I was a kid and watch that, especially in Atlantic City, because they do like a whole big display there. It's really nice. You can get any flavor, pretty much, taffy in Atlantic City. And if you have a special one, they have places where you can go and say, I want this combination taffy. And they will make you a batch. You're paying out the ass for it, but they will make you that specific batch. And it is fun to watch, like the whole process. Well, to be fair, Shelly, driving in New Jersey is absolutely awful. The road signs give you like a 1/4 mile warning. No, you get a 3/4 mile warning, then you get a 1/2 mile warning, and then you get a 1/4 mile. I don't know what roads you're driving on. Jeez. And then if you miss it, you're fucked. No, you just go to the next U-turn or you go to the next exit, get off, go around again, and you're done. Why don't walkers come with tennis balls? I don't know. They come with those stupid rubber stoppers, which if you're using a walker, not helpful, because you stop and then it stops and you keep going a little bit and then you're off balance and you fall. That's why the tennis balls are so much better. Plus they make a lot less noise and they don't leave scratch marks on my floor. But yeah, sand in your butt crack is not the best. No, it's not. That's why you don't have sex on the beach. Anyone who thinks sex on a beach is romantic hasn't ever done it. Thank you, Zach. See, you understand. I never got what I mean. If you're standing and there's like a rock thing, whatever. But to actually have sex on a blanket on the beach or without the blanket, which I really don't understand. I don't get why people think this is romantic. It looks nice on TV, but the reality, not so much. Not so much. And sand is not clean. I don't care how much it rains. There are tons of bugs and bacteria and crabs and little wormy things. Just don't. If you ever want to fuck with your brain, go to a beach and just just dig a hole about maybe 3 inches deep. Sprinkle a little like salt on top and see what comes up. Oh dear God. Like you're gonna be like, I'm never stepping foot on a beach again. Well, you can step foot on it, just don't sit your bare ass on it. But yeah, no, sex on a beach is not not fun. It's it's not fun during, it's not fun after, and it's not fun explaining to your doctor why you have scabies on your ass or whatever. Because a friend of mine actually did that. She was like, "Oh my god, I got bit by these little." I was like, "That's why your ass needs to have sex at home." I mean, the car was right there. Why didn't you just go in the car? Oh, well, because the seats shut up. Like I can't. Uh, see, AI is fucking with it always, always. When you mentioned migraines being caused by hormones, most migraines men have are caused by women's hormones also. Bafango. All women are crazy. I do believe that. That's why I don't date them. Like I couldn't do relationships with women because women are nuts. I can't keep up with that constant just oh, but why is everything got to be a fight? Stop it! Like stop! You needy fuck! Stop it! Like I can't. Why do you have to be by yourself? Because I need alone time. Can't you have alone time with me there? No, that's the opposite of alone time. Like, but so are all men. Yeah, but in a totally different way. I can deal with that. If a man is too crazy, I just leave. Like, you leave a woman, you turn around, she's right behind you. And you're like, but I left you. Not yet, you didn't. You don't leave me till I say you left me. It's like, okay. You're not leaving me. I'm leaving you. Okay. That's where we're at. Okay. Can you leave me now? Oh, I'm heartbroken. Bye. Are you claiming an exemption for Heidi? No. Would you like to know? Oh, I know you're crazy. Love you anyway. Listen, we're all a little damaged. The damage the salt water did to the vehicles was awful. I gotta take the dog to the beauty shop, but I'll be listening. Okay. Yeah, salt water is not good for your car at all. That's why all these people that go driving their trucks and everything through the waves, I'm like, you stupid. Like, but I want if you want to drive there, then go buy a beach car. Go buy a dune buggy. Like that's what those are freaking meant for. Don't be driving your Toyota through the friggin' waves. Oh, but it only hits the tires. Did you wash those tires off completely? Did you take everything apart and like take all the salt water out of all the little all the rivets and everything else? Because you're fucked. Just saying. Look at your undercarriage, and I mean the one on the car. Because if you go in the ocean, your undercarriage on you, that shrinkage, you ain't gonna find it. Ocean is cold, man. Even on a hot day, the ocean is freaking cold. Zach, I tell my oldest son all females are crazy. All different levels of crazy. Find the crazy you can deal with because some crazy isn't worth it. Yeah, no, the violent, unhinged, off the wall, that kind of crazy I can't deal with. The crazy just for the sake of being crazy. There's so many of those. Just because they refuse to grow up in any way, shape, or form. Like the narcissism and oh my God. My daughter's like making so much noise. The narcissism and the denial, like the self-denial and the ranting, and I can't. Like I always thought that I was crazy because people have always told me that I was crazy. You're a psycho, you're this, whatever. But they never gave me proof. Like they never gave me evidence. They never said what I did that made them draw that conclusion. And I could never really think of anything other than I have a temper. Yes, I have a temper. You fuck with me, I fuck with you back. I don't see how that makes me crazy. But okay. And then I found YouTube. And oh my God, the crazy. Like there are chicks who have their own stream who do nothing but ruin everybody's lives. They do nothing but threaten everybody. They go on making wild friggin' I'm like a mistress of light and I'll throw my dust at you and you can't touch me because I live on the side of the Lord of whatever, the Lord of the Dragons or Lord of fucking Middle Earth. I don't fucking know. But like these are legit crazy people. And they're the kind that will trash your house and set your car on fire and like, take your kid and leave them in a field somewhere. Like these are actual wackadoos who you cannot help these people. Like there's not enough lithium and tharzine in the world. And I look at them and go, yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right. Like, I may be a lot to handle at times. There may be drama in my life from other fucking people, but I have a good head on my shoulders. I am a responsible person. I am not going to stab you in your sleep. I am not going to poison you secretly. I will tell you, go ahead, drink that. I poisoned it. And if you drink it, you're the stupid one. Like, I will tell you, I'm mad. I wouldn't trust eating anything for the next 24 hours unless I change my mood. I'll let you know. And all right, but I give you the heads up. I tell you, you've pushed me to this point. I'm feeling really vindictive. You might want to be on alert or at least get the fuck out of the house for like a day or two. Like go away. Go take a trip. Go have a beer with the boys. Go play cards somewhere. Go fishing. Go whatever. Like I will tell you, go. Cuz you're not safe right now. You've pushed me to crazy. So go away cuz I don't want to hurt you, but I do want to hurt you. So you need to go. I will never like just blindside you and be like plotting behind your back, like, oh my God, I'm gonna do this. There are these bitches that are out there that literally spend months planning somebody else's ruination. And then they carry it out, which is the crazier part to me. And they want you to feel bad for them. I'm like, you went out of your way to ruin this man or this woman, because there are crazy dudes. And you want me to feel bad for you? Stop it. Like, like if I had you in front of me, I'd fuck you up just for the sake of you being that stupid. Because I don't know. There's a very thin line between really, really stupid and really, really crazy. And it's very easy for them to walk that line and you can't figure out which one they are until it's too late. But yeah, everybody's got some form of crazy. It's just what you could deal with. Heidi said, Zach, you deflecting? I bet. Also, my car got towed to the lot nightly because, well, my place didn't have a garage section. Oh. Yeah, that's the sucky part about living near the shoreline, because there's never parking. Unless it's off season. Off season, you could park a freaking tractor trailer in the middle of the freaking road and nobody's going to say anything because there's no traffic. But on like the hot season, the tourist season, forget it. Forget it. I got mad when they started issuing beach passes. I was like, we've lived here for 30 years. Now I need a beach badge to say what? That I live here? Like, is it not enough? And you had to pay for them too. It was like, but I live here. Like, we have a house. We pay property taxes toward the beach renovations and maintenance and upkeep. So why am I paying $50 a season for a piece of plastic that somebody could walk past my damn blanket and just take? Because I'm not wearing the shit in the ocean. They're made of paper that are in a like plastic cover. Not exactly great when you're going into water. So you leave it like with your stuff on the blanket and somebody just walks along, boop, and takes it. And now their friend has a free beach pass because they're not going to check. It's not like 20 people go to the beach and they're going to remember your friggin' face. You're talking about thousands of people. They don't know faces. We always had lifeguards that just couldn't be asked about, being a lifeguard. They were just there leaning back, headphones on, shit on their nose, and just laying back catching a tan. They didn't care if somebody was drowning. Like, that was on us. We had you see somebody drowning, it was like the people that were already in the ocean went to go get them. Ah, Jesus. Yep, that's annoying, crazy, fun, crazy, and bunny boiling crazy. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep, there's many, many different levels, many different categories. I tend to fall into the fun crazy because I'm willing to like take a lot of risks. So if you have like a really fucked up idea and you're like, hey, let's do this, I'm usually the one that goes, yeah, all right, let's go, whatever. Let's try it. Why not? What could happen? Famous last words. What could happen? What could go wrong? For somebody with catastrophic thinking for anything important, when it comes to actually doing things, I don't give a shit. I'm like, all right, let's try it. Fuck it. What? You in? I'm in. I'm always in. You want to go? Yeah, I'm in. Let's go. Let's go. Unless it's something stupid like, oh, you want to climb like a cliff face? Nope. Why? Because that sounds like work. That don't sound like fun. Mm-mm. I don't really want to plummet to my death. Yeah, it just wasn't on my bingo card for today. Uh, what were the strains of medications that you said worked best for you without being too much? It was the sativa. The sativa works depending on which strain. There's certain ones I can't remember. I have to look them up because I know what I used to get, but I can't remember if they were indica or if they were sativa because I tend to go toward indica or hybrid. But those they make me too sedated. Like I just want to sleep. Like indica really is into couch because you don't want to get up. But sativa, I'll be singing and dancing and do all sorts of cleaning. And I can't sit still. So, but it does tamp down my anxiety a lot because it puts my mind into a different framework. I'm no longer internalizing. Now I'm looking outside and going, what can I do? What can I change? What can I build? What can I create? It just instead of destroying myself inside, I create on the outside. That's what sativa does for me. But it's got to be certain strains because there are some that the dry mouth is too much, or the eye, dry eye is too much, or the munchies are too much. I don't want those. Like I need something that's like euphoric but not loopy. Like I like things that just they calm me down but make me creative. And I know there's certain strains that I used to use. There was a strawberry one. There was I can't remember if there was a wedding something. But like I liked all those. There was the silver kush. That was a good one. But I'd have to look it up. But I'll let you know if you want me to if you want that information. I'll look and see. I don't know if you do that, but I'll send you a DM. Just if you want to know, just ask me. And I'll look into it. Don't mess with my neti pot. I know people swear by it. It makes me nervous. T Rex. There was a blind man, right? There was a blind man. He was walking past the fish market. He took a deep breath and said, "Woo, good morning, ladies." Oh, Lord. Did you guys see all the flooding in Kentucky? Moving on. Did you guys see all the flooding in Kentucky, Indiana, and the lower Ohio Valley region? Yeah, I got a weather alert about it this morning. Supposedly 23 lost so far that they can account for. That's so sad. Did somebody say go fishing? See it. Yeah, that's it. You don't have to tempt me with go fishing. All you have to say, I'm going fishing. You want to come? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Where I don't care if we're in a boat. I don't care if we're on a dock. I don't care if we're sitting on the shoreline. You want to go fishing? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I love going fishing. I'm not great at like the netty part, like netting them. So like somebody else has to like do that because my arm strength is shot now. But I used to be really good at it. But yeah, I would love to go fishing. That's so relaxing for me. It really is. We used to whenever we went camping, I used to spend most of my time just fishing. And the kids would be running around. Not my kids, my brothers and sisters. They'd be running around doing whatever. I'd be like, yeah, all right, just stay close by because if I get a fish, I ain't chasing you. Like fish comes first, not you. I actually kind of want to be around Shelly when she's mad. I bet it's cute. Oh no, no, no. It's not. No, it ain't cute. It's scary. I will literally scare a giant of a man into like tears because I am no, my anger is something to behold. Which is why I have such a tight grip on my rage because I can't let it out because it's very, very dangerous. When I'm aggravated, it's cute because I pout and I stomp my foot and my son does not but laugh at me when I'm aggravated because he's like, do it again, do it, go ahead, pout again. I'm like, I don't want it. He's like, make the face, shut up. He says that I make like this, like I pucker my lips when I'm like mad, but I don't want to say anything. He goes, oh, she's got little mouth. She's mad. And I'm like, I'm not mad. I'm aggravated. He's like, I can tell because you're not moving your lips. But yeah, he likes when I get aggravated because I pout. That's just, I don't like on purpose pout. I just pout. Anyway, yes, I'm very cute. Anyway, but not when I'm mad. When I'm mad, it's like I'm like a gorgon. So my hair comes to life. Like literally, my hair will stand up. Like it just like everything about me puffs up. It's not pretty. That's why the original wouldn't sleep when I was pissed. I dare him to. Oh, I never dared my ex-husband go to sleep. No. We'd fight and I'd get a bruise or two and you still mad? And, no, I'm not mad. Oh, you're all right? Yeah, I'm great. Oh, so you forgive me? Sure, sure. All right. So what do you want to do now? Nothing. I'm really tired. You look tired. You should go to sleep. Oh, you think so? Yeah, you should go to sleep. I'm gonna go in the kitchen for a little while. Oh, all right. Stupid. Miguel was not that stupid. I would say, you know what? You look tired. You go, that meant he was up for 3 days straight. Nope. Nope. Not going to sleep around her. Not even if I lock the door because that bitch will slither in through the window. Nope. See, he was smart in certain respects. Nothing cuter than a gal stamping her foot. I do that. Oh my God. I do. If I'm like really put out about something, but there's nothing I could do, I cross my arms. So you got tons of cleavage. And I pout and I stamp my heel. My son's like, do it again. Fuck you. He's like, no, come on. It's so cute. Do it again. Go ahead, little person. Like he pats me on the head and I'm like, yeah, I bite. Like, you better be careful. I bite. But yeah, nothing cuter than a gal stamping her foot. Thanks a lot. Beach living, air has salt in it, would eat your paint and leave your car a mess. We didn't have those problems. We really didn't. What kind of beaches do you have on the West Coast? Because our our buildings were fine. My aunts had the same. Well, I mean, did we paint? Yeah, we painted, but most of us had like siding. Like that's just what you had. Everybody had like like aluminum siding, whatever the hell. All it needed to do was be power washed at the beginning of the summer, and then that was it. Like we didn't have issues like that. Our cars didn't fall apart and rust unless you rode it through the ocean. But no, we didn't have like the salt problems. I don't know. Like it was never a big deal. And I mean, I lived down the shore every summer for over 30 years. Um So you're saying I should take Farrell seriously when she says she's gonna stabulate me in Tennessee and I'm not coming back. Yeah. Yeah. I would take that seriously. It's better to be cautious than be dead. I'm just saying. Just saying. Reminds me of Morgan Jay's song dot 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 really funny. I don't know that song. Farrell ain't doing that to her chew toy. Oh Lord. Sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the time roll away. Sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. There you go. You wanted it, T-Rex. There you go. Scary? Haha. Yes, I am very scary. Thank you very much. Farrell is a wild card. You never know what mood she'll be in 1 minute to another. Stabby, flirty, serious. Who knows? That's the fun part, Zach. No, it's not. No, it's not. You didn't know. That's the anxiety part. Zach said, "You're adorable." Yes, thank you. I am adorable. It doesn't make me less scary. Uh, Luckily, I've embraced the more peaceful side of life. Now, if you really want to know scary, talk to any of my exes. Talk to Katie's father, 6'7". He pushed me once in my belly when I was pregnant with Katie. And I managed to not only throw myself back in a way that my foot connected with his face, I knocked his ass unconscious. One kick. I'm 5'3". Man, never fuck with me again. He knows better than to raise any kind of, don't even raise your voice at me. I will end you. Don't even. Who's the man in this relationship? I am. Like, because you're a pussy. But yeah. See, if I'm with a man in a relationship, then I don't have to be so tough. I don't have to be crazy. I can be pouty and stamp my foot and be cute about it. Or I could just suck it up and, do something to, get things in my favor, which he will thoroughly enjoy. But you have to deserve that kind of treatment. Like, there are men out there who didn't deserve it. I mean, I knew I could get my way by doing certain things with ex-boyfriends or whatever. And I just look at them and go, yeah, no, I'd rather go without. I'll get it my damn self. That was Katie's father's big thing. He was like, how come you never? Because I don't like you. But you liked it. Not with you. Like, I would never. You don't. And first of all, you want it too bad. Why would I ever give that to you? Stop it. Like, mm-mm. And I'm not one for withholding, but with him, it was like, don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Why? Because I can't stand you. Because you make my flesh crawl. Like, get away from me. I was so mean to him. But, when you're not a man, you don't step up and do everything a man's supposed to do. I'm going to treat you like shit because you're a piece of shit. Like, you suck as a father. You suck as a boyfriend. And you're in denial that you're a closet homo. So it's like, all right. You earned whatever way I treat you. I'm never mean just to be mean. I'm mean because you asked for it, basically. You earned that shit with me. Yep, DM me, been thinking about it for a friend in Minecraft. That's fine. That's fine. We could have a discussion about it. I had to go through, I had to do all the research in the beginning because I didn't know anything about it. This was years ago. But yeah, all right, we'll talk about it. Does Farrell live in Tennessee? No, I think she lives in near Ohio, right? Utah, maybe? I don't know, Rexy. Oh, Utah. He's going to be what? One of her husbands? If she's from Utah? Are we doing the reverse polygamy thing? He could be a brother husband instead of a sister wife. Brother husbands. I don't know why would a woman want more than one husband? That just seems like a whole lot of work for her. I mean, granted, they could maybe all hang out together or whatever, but men don't really like sharing their women. They really don't. And I can't see, like, I can never be a sister wife because if I cared about him and another woman was like, oh, I'd kill her. And that'd be it. Little Miss likes to stab would be stabby. So yeah, I don't share. I don't like it. No worries, Zach. Just checking. I didn't think she lived by me, but just asking. Yeah, no, I remember her complaining about it there. Yeah, no, she lives up near T-Rex, I believe. Andrea, she said, good. All hope everything is good. Good day. Good day. Hope everything is good. Yeah, it's good. We're having a good time here. My house is quiet, so I don't know what's going on, but I'm choosing not to give a shit. I'm just going to do what I'm doing and try to have a little bit of sanity for the day, and we'll see. YouTube is asshole. YouTube is asshole. Is the witch thing? No. May need a refund. Okay. What is YouTube doing to me? What is it doing to you, honey? I've had a lot of duplicate things come through StreamYard. That's why navigating the chat right now is a little weird Because when one of you posts one thing, it shows up like 2 or 3 times, but not together. It's like skipping, like it's almost like scaffolding, like it's stacking them. Like I'll get something from Andrew, then something from Snipper, then something from Lady, and then it repeats those same things, 3 things in that order, and then it repeats it again after like 2 other people talk. So I'm like, wait, I know I read this shit already. It's not scrolling back, it's just repeating. It's weird. It's making my chat way longer than it needs to be. And I'm up to date on chat. Either I'm getting really good or y'all are just not talking. Granted, there's only a couple of us here, but that's all right. The less, the merrier. Wait. So Snipperoo said YouTube's been really asshole today. Yeah, it really has. Lady Awesome said, why would you need more than one man? I mean, if you don't have a real one, then you might need more than one. Oh, did everybody do the poll? There's 24 votes, so I'm guessing yes. Have you ever experienced PTSD or suffered from panic attacks? 79% of you said yes. 21% no, and I think you're lying. But or you didn't know it. But honestly, that was about what I figured. About 80 to 90% of you would. Because it's just, I feel like it's more the environment that we live in now, so much more than before. I'm going to end the poll. So if you got your votes in, good for you. If not, you're asked out. But I don't know. I feel like it's the environment we live in. Like it's just a high stress, time crunch, money crunch type life that we're living in. There's so many expectations and so little opportunity. Like people talk about opportunity, but opportunity for who? Because we've gone through the last 1 to 2 decades, those opportunities have been geared toward certain groups. And it didn't matter if you qualified for like a grant or whatever. If you were a certain type, you didn't get it. They didn't even like look into what you've done in your life or what you're, moving it toward. You didn't fit the criteria or the quota that they needed to fill. So you didn't get it. So yes, there's opportunities out there, but for who? I got really tired of like trying to like get ahead and they, oh no, you can't have that because that's all this resource is all used up. That resource is, well, who used it up? Oh, well, we had this group and that group and that group. You're giving it to groups instead of people, groups that are producing nothing. Yet I have to jump through every goddamn hoop known to man and show you like all these details and have progress and what otherwise you like kill me for it. Where is that fair? That's the thing. The fairness has gone and we have learned to anticipate that things are going to go badly no matter how much we put into it. You just kind of expect, oh my God, this can go one of 2 ways. History has taught me it's going to go badly. And so even without that actually happening, the anxiety builds and it builds and it builds and it builds. And then you wind up, you can't do anything. That's why they have us that way, so that we're feeble. They want us to be weak and feeble and self-conscious and stay at home and have agoraphobia and have social anxiety and have, like all these things against us that are all psychological that they've implanted there. They've created the world to encourage those psychological illnesses and maladies. Like we are the product that they produced. They wanted it and we did it. And now I'm hoping that because we're more aware, we can start turning that around. But once it gets to your nervous system, it's kind of hard to undo. Not impossible, but it's going to be work. It's going to be work. Frank said, when the house goes quiet, somebody's laying on the floor knocked out. Yeah, I wish. Andrew said, new dolly for me, ordering fresh dolls now. You're so funny. Yeah, I can't see post, hence repeats. No, it's literally just the thing just keeps repeating over and over. YouTube has kicked me off 3 or 4 times today. Yeah, that's usual. That's usual. It's gotten better since I updated inside of Chrome. It wasn't a Chrome update. I had to actually go into a section of settings in Chrome and find like the hardware updates and manually update it. And it seems to have gotten a little better. It's not kicking me off every 3 minutes at least. Only when batteries go flat. I mean, if you have good batteries, sometimes you just don't need a man. It depends. It depends on the man. The more sometimes you're with a good man, but you need more batteries because maybe they're not good at everything. I don't know. I'll see. The more SY charges, the more StreamYard charges, the suckier the service. Yep, absolutely. Same thing with YouTube. YouTube went up. YouTube went up. Netflix went up. Disney went up. They all went up. What would those ladies on Sister Wives pick that guy? He was a nut because he was cute and he would make good-looking babies. That's what they cared about. They wanted somebody who was gonna keep things lively, and he did. When he was younger, he had a line of shit that they all fell for. But then when he got older, like I was like, dude, like I'm so hyper. You're so scattered. God, you got all those kids. You spend time with like any of them other than prayer? And that's not interaction. That's like, what the hell? And he had to have his man car. Meanwhile, all the women are like working. He's like, I'm the provider. Really? Because all your wives have jobs. And they raise all the kids. Because I don't see you cooking. I don't see you cleaning, doing laundry, nothing. Like, none of that. But you keep making those babies. Keep making those babies. Like, I hate that dude. What's his name? Corey Brown. Ugh. Cody Brown. Welcome to the YouTube ASO Club. Yep. No registration needed. It's an automatic entrance. I feel like a Heidi today. You feel like a Heidi? All right. What is, I don't understand. What is feeling like a Heidi? You feel like really productive and like friendly? Because that's pretty much Heidi. Tech is a big problem for social issues. My grandies know nothing different. It's their go-to for help. Oh, yeah. My son, nothing technological bothers him. He can figure it out, whatever. Meanwhile, I'm like, oh my God, I pressed a button. What did I do? What did I do? I don't want to, don't make me do it. Winning does that shit too. He's like, oh yeah, I was playing around with this and I reconfigured it. And I'm like, all I heard is because no, you'll figure it out. No, I won't. No, you do it. Like, you need to know about how to cook, how to bake, how to crochet, how to like fix your car. You need to know about, I don't know, like woodworking, whatever. I'm your girl. But if you want to talk tech to me, I'll sit there and listen because you're pretty. But no, it's not. None of it is landing. Like none of it. I just look at you and go, oh, you're so smart. Like, no. That's what, that's what we have tech guys for. So I don't have to drive myself insane with stuff I don't want to understand. Not that I can't. I mean, I'm sure I can. I just don't want to. The racism they abuse white skinned people of, they accuse white skinned people of, is what they do on paper and with funds. Yes. Here's my thing. Why on job applications is it legal to have the whole categorization section? I can understand on a medical form because there are different, like illnesses that go with different races and whatever, or different ethnicities, I should say. But if you're applying for a job, why is that on there? If you're applying for benefits, why is that on there? That should have absolutely no bearing on who gets a job or who gets assistance, because both of them should be merit or need based. That's it. End of story. Why are there race boxes on job applications? because they need to fill their quota. That's not fair. That's not a just society. You know, oh, well, we're not taking anybody who's qualified because we need to fill a quota. Oh, so you don't give a shit about your business, basically, is what you're telling me. Like you're just going to keep producing crap and the quality is going to get worse and worse. Good to know, because then I'll go somewhere else. I'll go somewhere where I don't care the color of who is working on anything, because I want to just know that they're good at their job. I don't give a shit what color you are. I don't give a shit what sex you are. If you are good at that job, you're the one I'm going to go to. You're the one for me. Like I am going to go to your company because you produce something with quality. I don't need to virtue signal. I know I'm a good person. I want to be able to spend my hard-earned money on something that's worth it. I want service that is worth it. If you're a shitty like server, you're not getting a tip. Oh, but like that chick that sat down at my table and started having a whole conversation. Like, bitch, you're my waitress. I did not come here to talk to you. Like, I brought somebody with me. Why are you at my table? Tell me about your horrible night. Like, we ain't friends. Get up, walk away. Like, the sense of entitlement to my time. Like, dude, you're literally, you took a service industry job. My mother gets really upset. Why do you make the delivery people bring it all the way to the door? Because that's what I pay them for. Oh, but it's not nice. You should go out and meet them. No, because if I'm going to the car to get my stuff from them, I'm going to give them half the tip, because that tip includes what I estimate for them spending on gas and their time and their effort. So if they bring it all the way to the door, that's great service. So I am going to tip you accordingly. But I tip you not after it's done, because people get shitty about that now. I have to tip you before. So I'm tipping you with the understanding you're going to do your entire job. I'm not going to do it for you, because for that, I'll just keep the money because I'm the one doing the service. She doesn't get that. She doesn't get that this is the job they chose. Oh, but I feel bad. No. It's not like I'm calling a friend and they're doing a favor. This is their job. Would you feel bad for a garbage man who has to like ride on the side of a garbage truck and collect garbage all day? Well, no, that's a job. It's the same shit. Same shit. It's the exact same, but it just doesn't register. She's like, "Oh, you make these poor people go out. If I don't make the call to order something, they don't get the job. They don't get paid. Now they're showing up and giving their time, but there's no money coming in. So really, I'm adding to their life, not taking away." I don't see it that way. That's because I don't look at things out of my asshole, but whatever. But yeah, I totally get it. Groceries are going up. They're always going up. Up, down, up, down, up, down. We have so many freaking eggs. I can't even. Even with only 12 chickens now, it's so many eggs. I've never seen Sister Wives. I don't know. Oh, lady. You would enjoy it. You would. And it's on HBO, all the seasons. It's like 19 seasons right now. Just yeah, I would say just watch them just so you could just be outraged. I love it. Oh man, if I had the time, I would watch them all with you. He's working on his lead content and his what? All right, Andrea. Heidi gets booted a lot. She does get booted a lot. Oh, that's why you felt like Heidi. Okay. Yeah, she does. Her and I both get booted a lot during winning streams. I think because we talk a lot. It seems like the more you talk, the more YouTube boots you. It's weird. It's like, no, don't like your opinion. Boop. It wouldn't let somebody put president in a super chat the other day. They tried typing out president, wouldn't let them. Wouldn't let them send the super chat. Took that word out and it was, yeah, God. I was like, see, that's some major censoring that's going on. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Snipe Hunter, I thought you were on Almond Joy. Mounds don't have nuts. So can't feel like a Heidi today. Oh, wait, never mind. I didn't say that out loud. Yes, you did. Oldest daughter, who's 29, watched Sister Wives. I couldn't watch it. Oh, really? I enjoyed it. I still watch it. I'm waiting for the damn reunion show. Maybe I should say my oldest is in her 20s. The other way ages me. That's funny. I like both. In my candy, I have enough nuts that I don't need more. There you go. I'm just surrounded. We have indigenous, white, other. Quotas apply here on jobs, medicals. Yeah, the quotas. Yeah, but they put it on everything here. Everything. Everything has a race, and it's always like white, or they might write Caucasian, or they write Caucasian / non-Hispanic. I don't know what that is. I don't know. Like, I don't know what that classification, like, okay. And then they have like Hispanic, but like then it's Spanish, and they have like they have black, and they have Native American, and then they have like Filipino. It depends on where you live. They have all these different things. And I'm like, are you crazy? Like, why? It takes longer to fill that shit out than anything else. How to be Heidi 101. Be everywhere and nowhere. Be doing 50,000 things at once, as well as being great at typos. There you go. That's our Heidi girl. I was taught not to answer those questions by my black mama. There you go. Order more often. Stress may work on the I don't know. It's not even. I don't. I want to get the other one. I could deal with her. I hear you. Unfortunately, it happens when economic markets have been as they've been, and the market settles with the reciprocal tariff. Prices will go down. Just take 6 months to a year to have that happen. Yeah. But it has to get done, or we're just going to keep going down the same slippery slope. It's worse up in the north. They have their own medical transport, whether that's car, bus, planes, they get it. Oh. Oh, and accommodate whilst they and their support friend are in town. Oh, accommodations while they have like little friends over. That's nice. I thought you said feel up, not feel like. My earlier post probably didn't make sense. Like all the no, they did. They did. Slap. Oh, see, there you go. Not meant that way, but lol. Hmm. I got where you went, and I figured that was a mystery. See, I wasn't. It went right over my head. That's how like messed up I am. T-Rex said, try clearing the cache or using Brave browser and see if you still get booted. From what I've gathered, it seems like YouTube chat has a memory leak and it's causing Chrome to lock up. Great. Well, we'll see. I like my browser. Uh-huh. Yep. Absolutely, Andrea. I want you to concentrate on the other one. Yes. That's the one. Because that would take care of so many of my problems. But anyway, it is 3:30, and I am going to see if my son wants to go for a walk around the house while the sun is out before it snows again. Can't believe I'm saying it's going to snow again in the middle of April. It's retarded. But I didn't plan on being on here that long, but you guys made me feel better. At least my nose isn't so stuffy. It is stuffy, but not as stuffy. I'm 55 and have no idea what T-Rex just said. Ah. Well, he lost me at the memory leak part, but I understood about clearing the cache, not cache, cache, CACHE. So clear your browsing history so that you clear the cache folder and see if that helps. And if not, install the Brave browser and see if that works, because Chrome and YouTube are button heads, basically. That's what he's saying. Andrew said, I really don't like to handle other people's. I get it. I get it. That's okay. It's okay. I love what you've done so far. I appreciate it. Wolfram hasn't happened today, but I've been booted a few times on the Brave browser. And yes, it appears to be a chat memory issue. Oh, so see, the more we talk, the more it tells us to get the fuck off. I have the opposite. If I lurk more, I get booted. Damn it. There went that theory. Don't cross them, that's for sure. Thank you, Shelly Great Show. Thank you for being here. You guys really do. You do make it for me. Like, because there's no real reason for me to do this. It's not monetary, that's for sure. I do it because of you guys. Because I love my chat. I love my friends. Y'all are wonderful. The amount of heart y'all have and the way you help me, I can never put a price on that. I really couldn't. And I can never really repay that. So thank you. We love our T3. Girl, don't make me cry. I went the whole thing without crying. I did 2 whole shows without crying. Like 2 out of like 400. But all you enjoy your day. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on where you're at. And I will see you either tonight in Winnings or on Thursday. Shenny's doing lunch. Chorizo plate. Oh, look at you. Y'all are missing out. Frank said, I'm not wonderful. Just an asshole floating around. Well, we love you. We enjoy having you around. So make sure you stick around. If I go to get I can't. Thank you for the laughs. I love you all. And I will see you in the funny papers. Bye.
Jersey girl, I know that you're a Jersey girl inside. 4 a.m. at a diner, stop singing, living on a
And doggone it, people like me.
I'm thinking maybe you're a Jersey girl with all those highlights in your hair. No other girl can move like you. We pump our fists, damn right it's true. And I don't care what they might say, they'll never get us anyway. So be my Jersey girl, and take a little ride with me tonight. And let's get dirty, girl. I know that you're a Jersey girl inside. The way you turn it up, turn me on, and then you take it off. Make it hot, make it loud, we'll wake the whole town. Jersey girl, I know that you're a Jersey girl inside.
Who the fuck starts a conversation like that? I just sat down.